Good morning, very early morning, and welcome to the FRS Recruitment GAA World Games. I'm here with Robbie Corcoran from Rack Ropery in the Middle East, because the first game is Middle East against Australia in men's football, and the excitement here is just unreal. It's just so bizarre to be in Ireland doing a game at 9 o'clock in the morning. You're used to doing it when you're abroad, but here it is so different, but so cool to be in Celtic Park for this game today. Robbie, over in the Middle East, you guys play early in the morning, probably earlier in this, but you have the heat.
Yeah, they'll be well used to it. Our guys, Jerome, obviously weather conditions dictate when we play our games. We'd have lads out playing at 7:30 in the morning sometimes, so it'll be nothing new to them.
But the coolness will.
The coolness, the coolness will, yeah, certainly. And on Wednesday evening when these teams met last, it was the conditions that really undid our lads. Really, that they struggled to get the grips. It was probably the wettest evening of the whole week.
They're softies.
Now, I'll tell him you said that, Jerome. Now, hold on.
Starting the shots early. We've actually someone from Australia is going to come in as well for a chat. But look, let's go through the teams, especially your team, very quickly. Middle East now. You have Adam O'Donnell, who's Al Ream Shamrocks. You can fill in their clubs at home in a minute. But Alan Freeman is Dubai Celts, wearing number 2. 3 is Brian Shaughnessy, Al Ream as well. In fact, I'll tell you what. Let me do the club and you do their one at home. So 1, Adam O'Donnell, Al Ream Shamrocks in the Middle East.
Yeah, Adam's a Kerry man, Castle Gregory Galtier in Kerry.
2, Alan Freeman, Dubai Celts.
Yeah, Alan's a Mayo man, former Mayo County player.
3, Brian Shaughnessy, Al Ream Shamrocks.
Brian is a Ballinasloe man from County Galway.
4, Colm Giggins is Abu Dhabi Nafina.
Yeah, he's from Stavan Parnells in County Louth.
5, Conor McCarthy is from Sharjah Gales.
Another Louth man, Conor, plays with Robert Emmett.
6, Niall Walsh, Dubai Celts.
Yeah, Niall's another Dublin man from Dubai Celts.
7, David O'Sullivan, Al Ream.
Another Dub, Whitehall, Colm Kills.
And 8, Dennis Greeny, Abu Dhabi Nafina.
Yeah, Dennis plays his club football Athe in Limerick.
9, James Miley from Abu Dhabi Nafina.
Yeah, James is a Roscommon man playing for St Dominic's.
10, Jordan Kiley, Abu Dhabi Nafina.
Another Kerry man with the famous Dr. Crokes club. 11,
Keith O'Donnell from Dubai Celts.
Yeah, Keith's a Mayo man as well.
And 12, Niall Rooney from Sharjah.
Niall's Monaghan man, Trua Gales in Monaghan.
And 13 is Paul White from Al Ream.
And Paul plays Rathkeil in Limerick.
Nice, thank you for that. I have the clubs as well of the Australasia team. I'll go through them in a second as we look at the splendid setting in Celtic Park on our wide camera. What a setting it is for the 9 finals. We're going to be streaming 9 games here. The referee is Fintan Pearse, and the competition they're playing is in men's football, and this is for the Oakleaf Cup, appropriately named in the Oakleaf County as well. I want to also tell you the managers for Australasia. It's Donica Lynch from Leitrim and Barry Devine from Penrith Gales outside Sydney, and from Cookstown in Tyrone. That's with Australasia. And with Middle East, it's Ross Oates from Dubai Celts and James Malloy from Rack, and that's the same club as yourself?
It is, yeah. James is a fellow clubman, so looking forward to seeing how they get on. He's been gearing up for this for the last few weeks now, himself and Ross, so best of luck to all the lads.
Hey, the sun's out. Look, on the Australasia players is there warming up. That's nice. Sorry, you were going to say?
Well, I'm a former clubmate of Barry Devine as well in Penrith, going back many years, so interest in both teams. Barry is he's probably one of the mainstays of GAA in Sydney in Australia. So he's
certainly
he's
with
a good
Penrith.
guy in Penrith for years and years. Yeah, I think Barry's there over 20 years now. So
they're a fantastic sort of story, that club. I mean, they've an Irish club about an hour outside of Sydney, and it's you'd think you were in Belfast or somewhere. I remember being there and they had a snooker room or something, and it was like the Antrim room, and they'd punt behind the bar and potatoes and all sorts of things. And it was a couple of guys from Belfast, the Greaves, and they went out there and they basically built like. They lifted it from West Belfast and put it out in Penrith. It's amazing, you know. Yeah. And the club is born out of that. And even though they could just play for clubs in Sydney, they go and play for this club, which is great. You know?
It is fantastic.
So you got bitten by that bug as well.
I did indeed. Yeah, I got hooked in back in 2008 and 9 playing for Penrith Gales. So it was great time.
Cool. If anybody wants to contact me directly for any reason, and there could well be that, there is chat area on the YouTube, but there's also, you can just contact me directly on Twitter at Jerome Quinn or on Instagram at Jerome Quinn1. So feel free to give me a message right there. You can get right through to me directly. I'll keep an eye on my phone, but we are going to get on with the games now. I haven't given you the Australasia team. I did mention the referee. That's Fintan Pearse. You see him in that shot in his nice red jersey. But let's go to the Australasia team now then. In goals, number 1, well actually it mightn't be in goals, but these are the numbers we've been given. They're getting their photograph taken over on the far side. Number 1 is Conor French, and he's with Wicklow, and he is from Wicklow rather, and he's with Clondegale in New South Wales. 2 is David Kelly, he's a dub from Oliver Plunkett's. 3, Michael McWeeny, and he's from Leitrim, and he plays for St Finbarrs. 4, Diarmid Larkin from Balahi in County Derry, so he's back home in Derry, and he's also Penrith Gales. 5, Evan Scanlon is another dub from Nave Barrogue, and he's with Michael Cusicks in Sydney. 6 is Sean McSweeney, he's a Limerick man, and he's with Gary Owen in Victoria. 7, Stephen McKenna, he's from the Sinn Féin Club in Melbourne, Victoria, and from Dungannon in Tyrone, not too far from here. 8 is Liam Casey from Kerr in Tipperary. 9 is Corey Quinn from Mayo Bridge in County Down, and he plays for Cormac McAnallans as well. 10 is Shane Gaffney from Erin's Isle in Dublin and with Greenwood in Western Australia. 11 is Adam Neely, he's a Donegal man, and he plays with Penrith Gales too in Australia. 12 is Aaron McCarney, and he's from Fintona in Tyrone, and he's with Southern Districts in Western Australia. And 13 is Kevin Smullen from Westmeath, the Downs, and he's with Clondalkin. I'm looking at the captains out in the middle there too, and number 3 is for Australasia, so Michael McWeeny is the captain for them, so I'm just going to take a wee note of that. And the captain for the other thing, oh my goodness, the numbers are hard to see, they've white numbers in the back of those jerseys, but it's Alan Freeman, of course, the Mayo County man. Yeah, the white numbers are going to be hard to see on the yellow jerseys there.
That's going to test us today, Jerome, yeah, for sure.
Well, that's why you're here. My eyesight isn't that good, but look, we'll follow the game and we'll get on with it, and we'll maybe bring in an Australia man at half time, and we'll swap over the headphones and get a chat with him. I'm just making signals to him now to try and explain that. But are you excited?
Absolutely.
Special
looking forward to it. It's a really special day. It's been a great week so far. The atmosphere, it's hard to describe if you haven't been here, but it's been absolutely electric. The European teams, the South American teams, to see the standard they're at especially, and the noise and the colour they brought, it's been amazing really.
Yeah, I know, it's unbelievable. When you go over to like pitches 5, 6 and 7 where they were, the crack was unbelievable. You didn't know what you were going to get. There was one day there was a local team came and played there, and the ball was thrown up and they tapped it back and played it around the back, and I was going, oh come on. You know, I've been used to just players going all out, and it was just great crack. I know like managers would be pulling their hair out these days, but it was just so refreshing and such fun. And you know, tackles were flying in, and the Cambodians were playing Germany. It was just great, wasn't it?
Yeah, the competitive nature has been really amazing. The ladies, especially, some of the teams were really getting stuck in. It was great to see, and we'll see. I think there's 3 French teams in action today. We'll see them there. Those alone are worth coming here to see because the noise they'll bring. And
my pronunciations could be well worth listening in those games, because I looked through the list last night and I'm going to have trouble with those ones. The French pronunciations, and there's Canada there as well, and Charlotte and all sorts of stuff. So it's going to be a really, really cool day. I'm going to substitute you for 2 minutes here and bring in Carl just for 2 minutes. So just swap over the headphones there and we'll get a word with Carl Walsh before we start. Carl, we've 2 co-commentators, so we're going to switch it around. So we'll give you 2 minutes here, and then we'll bring in Robbie again for the first half, and then maybe you can do the second half. But I mean, looking through your team here, we'll come through it all. Very exciting. In fact, this man's Penrith Gales as well. So there's a connection here with Australia as well. But how much are you looking forward to all this?
Greatly looking forward to watching this match. We've got a very good side from Australasia, obviously, and by all accounts, Middle East have had a very good tournament so far. So we're expecting a very tight, tense match.
Absolutely. Lots of big athletes out there, and these 2 teams are terrific. They're all basically really good standard players who've played at home. The likes of Alan Freeman is the captain for them. He's played for Mayo. And who should we watch out for you? You have Michael McWeeny as captain, but who else should we look out for?
Sean McSweeney, Limerick player, very good
6.
player from Victoria. And Stephen McKenna, a local boy from near Dungannon, I think will be very strong too.
We'll stick with you just for a minute, because the ball has been thrown in the 2023 FRS Recruitment GAA World Games are underway, and it's Australasia in the green and yellow against Middle East in the yellow and the black shorts, and it is Australasia playing from left to right, going towards the city end, I think it is. We are in the Bogside area of Derry, and that is over to sort of our left, or down below Celtic Park here, where the Brandywell is as well, and it's a free at the start. So yeah, we'll bring you in the second half, Carl, if you don't mind giving it back there to Robbie. We sort of started the chat with him, so we'll have Robbie from Middle East in the first half, and then we'll bring in Carl for the second half. But this is a free here for Australasia's number 6, Sean McSweeney, who Carl told us to watch out for, and he's putting it on the ground as well, which is a little bit unusual, but it's good to see. And on a surface like this, why not? And he's on the right side left footer, so we're right behind this in our cameras. So a lovely low shot there as well from our second camera from Kieran, and that's beautifully put over. The first score of the day, 9 finals in store even, and that is the first score. So Australasia 1 point up against Middle East. Good long kick out, but is the ball going to win that one? No, he keeps it in well, and that is the number 11 Keith O'Donnell from Dubai Kelts. This is a chance he has got in behind here, and it's Freeman. The Mayo man, he gets a boot to it as well. He was going for goal there and just didn't manage it. Looking for a decision, didn't get it. Robbie.
Yeah, that'll be a tactic to try and get Allen inside at the end of moves like that. He's probably Dubai Kelt's main sharpshooter. Myself and Brian O'Shaughnessy, who we'll probably see coming on in a few minutes. Jordan Kiley, they'll be the main target men for the Middle East to try and get the scores. But Keith O'Donnell did very well here in the lower sideline. And Australia on attack again.
Aaron McCarney, number 12 for them, and you'll see that the numbers are all over the place. It's 9 aside, of course. There's the lovely ball through. They've isolated. That looked like a push, and it was a push, and the referee right on the spot. Now, what's he given here? Is it a penalty or a free? I think maybe the decision is a free. Maybe he hasn't put his arms out, so it is a free, but maybe the first contact, shall we say, was outside.
Yeah,
Colin Giggins, was it?
Colin got caught there maybe with a ball bounce over the head, but don't think you have too many complaints. It's a handy score for Australasia now.
I'd imagine that's the tactic, isn't it? You know, to get somebody in behind, and then it was a good run and try to find him, and it nearly worked. I mean, they could have got a goal out of that.
Yeah, absolutely.
2 points to no score for Australasia, and the short kick out goes to McCarney. Or no, that's the other number 12, sorry. That's Niall Rooney, of course, from Sharjah. Feel free to correct me now if I've got it wrong. Now that it's Middle East's turn, they have got in behind, and this could be a goal chance here. He's going with intent, fists it, and it's gone over the bar. I thought it might have dropped under, but it's a point for Middle East from Paul White from Rathkeil in Limerick, and that's Middle East's first score, and that'll help settle them. But this is Liam Casey now from Kerr in Tipperary. And Middle East just dropping off a little bit now. And the goalkeeper comes up to help. That's Connor French. Slips it to his captain, Michael McWeeny from St Finbarrs. And that's St Finbarrs in Australia. His club at home, or rather his county at home, is Limerick. Game taking a familiar pattern now, hasn't it, Robbie? Yeah,
you'll see the goalkeepers out the field quite a bit. I mean, it's kind of a novelty at home the last couple of seasons, but it's nothing new for these lads. You're regularly seeing a short format in Australasia and the Middle East. Keepers coming out, joining the attack, so they'll all be very comfortable on the ball.
It's interesting, there has been a sort of lot of play around the middle, and there's been both teams have tried to get in behind and try to isolate and get a bit of room in behind.
Yeah, and it is a feature of the short format, the 9-a-side, which we play in the Middle East, that it's very much counter-attacking. So you try to build your block, break them down, and then attack at pace, like the Middle East did for the last score for Australia again.
Oh, lovely movement there, and he's through here, and it is a chance indeed for Corey Quinn. And the man from Cormac McAnallon's and Mayo Bridge in County Down scores the first goal of the 2023 GAA World Games here in Celtic Park, and a super goal it was, really well created, and Australasia have got the first goal there off the mark, and they're 1-2 to a point up against Middle East. High quality game being played at great pace and in the sunshine. I'm delighted to say here it's getting warmer here, and it's set up for a great day, and that was a super goal.
Great goal, and it was notable on Wednesday night in the sticky conditions that the Australasian handling was that bit sharper, and it really showed their really quick hands, good movement off the shoulder, and a nice tidy finish. So it puts them in a strong position now.
I know it hurts you to say that, but it was a good goal. You're with Middle East, of course, and hoping that they will do well here. But the sunshine has come out. It's not quite as warm as it is in the Middle East, but at least the sun is out. Number 13 is Paul White from Al Reem Shamrocks. Number 8 is Dennis Greeny from Abu Dhabi Nafina. Some of these clubs are just super clubs. They're massive clubs out in the Middle East, and they are used to playing this game, and on fine surfaces as well at the Zayed Sports City and places like that, and they're used to this style of game. But it's an interesting clash in that you have Australasia, who don't really play 9-a-side. They played 15-a-side for an awful long time, so they're having to adapt here, but they are making moves at sort of trying to go to that kind of football as well. Oh, lovely dummy solo there, beautifully done, and it was Conor McCarthy from Sharjah Gales, just nipped inside and a little bit of skill, but didn't get rewarded.
No, I'd be disappointed at that. I mean, going a goal behind, they won't be too worried at this stage. It's in the short format, and when it's 9-a-side, the game can change very quickly, so goals can start flying in. So Obviously, it's not a great position for Middle East to be in, but they won't panic just yet. It's a free in for Alan Freeman now.
Yeah, Freeman's wearing 2, but he's certainly not playing in a defensive position. He's, as you say, sort of their free man up forward, if you excuse the pun. Maybe not free man then, but up in that sort of area, like he's sort of roaming around that area.
You planned that one, Jerome.
I didn't. It just came out. It was an accident, honest. I usually mean them. Now, number 3 is their captain, Michael McWeeny, seeing a lot of ball. And he's already got the head up and looking where he can put this. I'm looking up off camera to see where Australasia are set up, and they've a couple of men in the full forward line, and they keep moving all the time. They're not just staying in the corner. They're making lots of runs. Just waiting to get that move to get in behind. David Kelly, number 2, a dub from Oliver Plunkett's for Australasia. It's been a good start for them. They have a 3-point lead, but as Robbie says, that could easily be wiped out. 6 is Sean McSweeney. He's trying to find the number 9, Corey Quinn again. Doesn't manage to get there. It's the man who got the goal. And you see how quickly they take the kickouts in this game as well. Keeper's always ready with another ball to get it moving as quickly as possible. Any advantage they can get, they'll take it.
Yeah, it helps. It helps. You can just take the kick out from your hands, of course. You know, the top players will just have it within half a second. It's back in play.
Right, Niall Walsh here for the Middle East does well to find a little pocket of room there, but he's forced out again. Now it's James Miley, another of Abu Dhabi Nafiana man. He gets a little bit of help from Jordan Kiley, same club, and that's gone to the right and it's gone wide.
Another feature, Jerome, of course, is the rolling subs, which maybe people might be used to, but it's a real tactic. The top teams in the Middle East, I'm sure in Australasia as well, that on their counter-attack you'll see subs rolling in very, very quickly.
Maybe you guys would be better at that because you've been playing it a lot longer.
In theory we should be, but we'll see as the match goes on.
Well, there's a goal chance here. It's Adam Neely coming inside on the left foot, buries it in the corner. What a brilliant goal. Donegal, man.
Great finish.
Plays his football out there in Australia for Penrith Gales, and he put that in the bottom corner expertly. What a super goal, and it makes it 2-2 to 2 points, and he just got in behind it, just knew when he got the ball, a little bit of room, wasn't thinking about fisting it over the bar, buried it in the corner. Super goal.
Yeah, I mean, very clinical. Once they got up there inside their scoring zone at all, they've had goal in their minds, really. We saw Middle East taking a couple of shots at points. Australian lads seem to be going straight for goal, and they have a bit of a win there, so a nice lead built up now. Oh
yeah, I'm looking at the flags now. I see them over to our right here. There is a bit of a breeze, so it's in favour of Australasia in the first half. And player down injured has now got back up, and yeah, you see the rolling subs. They can just quickly do that. So Middle East have it all to do now. 2 goals down. Go in for a long kick out this time, and it's broken nicely and taken nicely by Conor McCarthy, but turned over by Corey Quinn. One back, and Australasia persist with Adam Neely, the man who got the goal. He's looking at another one, and he's 2 men over to his left. He knows that, and he just wasn't able to get the right connection to them.
Yeah, Adam Neely's been very, very sharp, and Middle East will have to get the grips with him if they're going to get back in this game. He's dictating the play for Australasia.
He is, and it's worrying for you guys that he's got through, or they've got through so easily and got a couple of goals. If they get another one, you're really in trouble. You don't see that many goals in this 9-a-side game because you guys are usually so good and so expert at it, but this is Freeman now trying to get a goal at the other end. You see the goalkeeper, Adam O'Donnell, all the way up there trying to get a score, and he's going to get a free.
Yeah, very clever foul.
And Freeman tries to take it quickly, and he goes for goal, but it's saved by Conor French. He was alive early in the morning to that one on his left side, and I think it was maybe just going to creep in outside the post, and a good effort by Freeman. It was a good idea. I think you looked down, you weren't expecting it, but the keeper was.
I was complimenting the foul from Dermot Larkin there. It was very clever because it was a goal chance, a clear goal chance for Middle East, and he took the foul.
I know what you mean, but I hate complimenting fouls. And maybe it's just your choice of language, I know, but I hate seeing play like that. But yeah, they know what they're doing. They're 2 goals up.
Yeah, absolutely. Played the percentages, but Alan tried to catch the keeper, but Conor French, he was awake there, to be fair to him, was a very good save.
So it remains 2 goals in it, and Australasia now are able to just pass the ball around with Conor French, who made that save. And look, they're not looking to go forward now, they're just going sideways and saying to Middle East come out, but Middle East are sitting very deep. Maybe they're worried about the goals that are conceding in the back. It sort of made them a little bit coy about coming out.
Yeah, I mean, you can see the little bit of space front of full back line. The number 6 for Australasia has been very sharp as well. That's Sean McSweeney. So they'll be looking to try and break them down once they cross the halfway line and get them on the counter-attack. That's been the tactic. It's the tactic most teams in the senior divisions in the Middle East. So you can see that defensive line, 6 players, they'll be hoping to turn them over there and break at pace.
Kevin Smullen is number 13 there from the Downs in Westmeath. And yeah, they're just popping it around here and keeping the head up and looking to see if they can go for the killer punch, but they don't have to go for the killer punch. That's the difference now between the teams. And Middle East are just playing the patient waiting game. They've got another half, so they're not going to panic just yet. And there is now the ball over the top, and it's nicely taken as well. And on his right side, has he got that just inside? That's off the post indeed, and it goes in, and it is Sean McSweeney. Now, Carl did say at the start to watch out for him from Gary Owen in Victoria, Melbourne, and from Limerick at home. And that's a nice score. Little shimmy to the left and then put her over with the right, and he's been dictating a lot of the play, and it means that it's 2-3 to 2, and it's a big lead now.
Yeah, they'll have to get a couple of scores now, Middle East, to get back into this. Like I said, they won't panic too much, but at the same time there's a bit of daylight starting to open up. And
there's Freeman. That's a nice ball. The keeper's alive again. He's watching everything and cancelling out everything that Freeman does. He saw that pass coming and went out and just got a boot to it. Now here's Freeman again trying to burst through. Oh, a clever little dummy solo when they thought he was going to kick it. He's trying to create something else. And that shot, well, I'm not sure if he was going for a goal or a point. It was ambitious from there, but the keeper was able to save that quite easily. That's
Jordan Kiley trying one at the outside of the boot there. I think he was going for a point. It didn't come off.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, Robbie. You know, they're not panicking as such, but they're having to force it a little bit when they go forward, whereas Australasia are just saying here, well, we'll take our time.
Australasia's been far more efficient in the final third of the field with their possession. They've got a score off nearly every attack, where Middle East lads need to really sharpen up.
2-3 to 2. Yeah, they're just killing the game and quite happy to do so, and if an opportunity arises, they'll take it, but in the meantime they'll just pop it around and say, okay, we'll run down the clock. We have a nice lead. We'll look pretty here just passing it around, and that's what they're doing. Number 10 is Shane Gaffney, another dub from Erin's Isle. Plays his football in Western Australia with Greenwood. Liam Casey now. They're just trying to engineer something, a little pocket of space. Number 11 is Neely again, and this time it drops in easily to Adam O'Donnell's grateful arms. Now they have to go forward, and this is where they haven't kept anybody up. So they need to carry it forward, and they're doing that with Brian Shaughnessy. And points will do, but you can sense that they're also interested in goals if they can get them. And there is a point, they'll just take that one. So at least that's something to get back in it. That's a bit more promising, gets it back to a 6-point game.
Yeah, 2 Sharjah Gales clubmates combining there, Conor Carty and Niall Rooney. So good to get a point on the board.
Yeah, and they will have that wind in the second half you were talking about. And this is number 10 again, Gaffney. And the man gone down off the ball. Referee says, get up, nothing doing.
Yeah, it was good defending from Dennis Greeny there. Read the ball very well.
You see all the coaches there getting rather animated on the far side. The sun's on them, not on us. We're in the shade over here. Early morning in Derry City. And that's gone left and it's gone wide, and it's a bit wasteful. That's a few have been wasteful, and at this kind of football and this short games and short numbers, you can't really afford to do that too much.
Yeah, especially when you're 6 points down, they'll have to be a little bit more efficient. Keith will be a little bit disappointed there. He's one of the main players now, but having a Phoenix senior team.
And they have a lot of teams.
They have a lot of teams, a super club. 27 adult teams, I believe, last season.
Wow.
Between hurling, camogie and football.
McWeeny sees nothing, so just happily goes back. Over to my right, I'm spotting in blue jerseys the Pearse Oak San Francisco Hurlers. Oh, look where the goalkeeper is. Well, he saved one at one end and he nearly scored at the other. He's denied by the goalkeeper from Middle East, Adam O'Donnell. Connor French got forward there and nearly scored the best goal of the first half, and we've had 2 good goals already, but he nearly caught the keeper off the line there, and that's what can happen in 9-a-side, of course.
Very, very important save from Adam. He really stretched full length, so that'll at least keep Middle East in the game. 6 points down. You'd have to say if it was 9, probably would be no coming back, but at 6 points, they've it all to do, but just about still in it, I would say.
Right.
It's been an interesting half.
It has. Thank you for your commentary on that, Robbie. We're going to take a minute now while the players just go out and have a chat, and we'll have, as they say in America, a message from our sponsors.
The Galway defence called into action. Liam McGovern is in. Goal!
He's gone a long way. Lays it across the centre and it's fisted to the net from Ben Creeley. Moody under an awful lot of pressure and he's got himself into a bit of a pickle here. And a goal opportunity for Tim and it's taken by Jake Norris.
It's McCluskey. It's a goal!
Limerick's long run, undefeated in the Munster Championship, is brought to an end.
Out cut through, saved by Duffy. It's Mulroy off the line, or was it? Here's Robbie O'Flynn. He's in again. Hugh!
Huge effort. It's an enormous score.
They're in big trouble here. Goal chance for Clare. Expertly taken. What a brilliant goal that was. Spots the run of McLaughlin. Owen McLaughlin. Records tumble at Fitzgerald Stadium in Killarney.
Trying to find Smith again. A clever flick on and a goal chance to Westmeath and it's brilliantly taken. Burnet's beneath the dropping ball. Might break for Ireland. Joss! They've got their goal!
McGuigan kicking into the Brandywell end. It's Carl O'Connell. It's on its way. It's over. It's dropped full stop by Shelley. It's picked up by Hutchinson. And in fact, David Goff was given a penalty. So it's David Clifford. Goal. That is really selfless play from Paddy Small. Canavan, another one.
Here, shot goes in. Is it going to trickle in? It is. Here's McCarthy. McCarthy to win it.
It's a scramble defence and it's not going to hold. Saved again. Rory Beggan is the hero.
Brilliant piece of ingenuity that was from David Clifford. O'Shea looking to end this game. He has done.
Here's a few home truths for you. Near Knock, people are seeing things again. Castlebar has a remote working pub. In Furbo, they're doing 9 to 5 here and 1 to 2 here. Leitrim is just the one traffic light. Plenty of spirit though. And Salins has more trains, schools and decent coffee than ever before. Only FRS knows these things because we have people all over Ireland. So whether you're looking for people or looking for work, ask us. Here's a few home truths for you. Near Knock, people are seeing things again. Castlebar has a remote working pub. In Furbo, they're doing 9 to 5 here and 1 to 2 here. Leitrim is just the one traffic light. Plenty of spirit though. And Salins has more trains, schools and decent coffee than ever before. Only FRS knows these things because we have people all over Ireland. So whether you're looking for people or looking for work, ask us.
Welcome back for the second half, and I don't know about the players, but we've made a rolling substitution as well. We've Carl Walsh in now from Young Melbournes and from Clare. I was going to say more importantly, but I guess it's not.
It sort of is.
I know, but you know, you're doing the same thing you would have done at home out there, and it's very important to you out there too.
That's true.
So Carl Walsh is with us for the second half. He is Australasia definitely, and they did well in the first half. 2 goals, almost a third, and they might go for another one now. They have got one. Beautiful change of hands and a goal right at the start of the second half for Australasia, and it is the number 9. It's Corey Quinn from Mayo Bridge in County Down. He got one in the first half and he's got another at the start of the second. And Carl, you brought them luck.
Yeah, that's not what Middle East needed just at the beginning of the second half. So it's going to be a big long fight back. It's 3 scores, but still Australasia seem much more composed and clinical at this stage.
And the goals they've got, they have been quite similar. They've got in behind, and when they get in behind, they're very composed, I've noticed, when they get through. I mean, he looked like he might fist it over. He tricked the keeper and beat him at his near post, which the keeper will be raging about, but they were very composed in there.
And they have a lot of attacking options, and as you say, composed and clinical. And goals win matches, particularly in 9-a-side matches.
Yeah, that was Corey Quinn with 2 goals. He plays for Cormac McAnallans in Sydney out there, and Australasia 3 goals to the good, 3-3 to 3 points. And Middle East will have had a half-time team talk, but I guess it's sort of thrown out the window now.
Yeah, they have a lot of work ahead of them, and they've got to get going quickly.
And it's Australasia going for another one. That's Corey Quinn again, and yes, he's added a point. It's 3-4 to 3, and it's looking rather ominous for Middle East. The goalkeeper, Adam O'Donnell, wants to move quickly. You can understand that, and he's gone very long this time with the kickouts, but it's watched all the way by Australasia's number 4, Jeremy Larkin from Balahi in County Derry. He's in the right county, the home county, and with Penrith Gales out there, and he saw that and just broke it. There isn't really time to get many messages in here, but I'm noticing on the chat on YouTube some messages have come in. San Francisco Junior Glens are wanting to know what time the hurling finals are on. Well, there's one right after this, and it's Pearse Oak, San Francisco. We're looking forward to that there in the nice blue jerseys over their left warming up, and they'll be against New York. And Carl, that's going to be a belter. It's East v West. It's West Coast against East Coast, and it's going to be a cracking match. The boys know themselves from a long way back, and it's going to be a great game as well. And that's coming up right after this. They just keep coming all day. And we also have a message. Well, Rory wanted to know who's playing, so we've answered that. It's Australasia against Middle East. And we've one from our regular cameraman, Patter McConville. He says, "Morning, Jerome from Rome." He's rhyming as well. Nice to hear from you, Patter. We're sorry you're not here, but you're maybe not, because you're enjoying yourself over there in Rome, although it's very hot out there. He'll be melting.
He will. It's a little bit more temperate here.
Yeah, he much prefers the rain and the cold and the wind in the middle of February and the higher education games, when it's absolutely freezing. Yeah, but talking of messaging me as the game goes into a bit of a lull here, as Australasia are just killing it a little bit, feel free to message me directly and I'll get it on Twitter or on my Instagram. I'll keep an eye on my phone all day. So Jerome Quinn 1 is the Instagram account, and on Twitter it's just Jerome Quinn. Feel free to send me a message there, whatever you like. There's also the chat area underneath in the YouTube area and the channel there that we're broadcasting on. So we're going to do 3 finals this morning. This is the first of 3, and then we'll break and do a separate stream. So that's what the different links are for. So 3 finals in a row, and this the first of them, and Australasia very much in control. It is the men's football final. We've started with one of the top games of the day, and lots of fantastic footballers out there, the likes of Alan Freeman there, and he is of course former Mayo, now with Dubai Celts, wearing number 2 and captaining Middle East. And for Australasia, well, they've just, shall we say, a galaxy of stars. Carl, is that going a little bit far?
Oh no, we'll take that. I think the key man is Dermot Larkin from Balahi. He's the general, controls the game, controls the guys. Saw him do it at the Australasian games. He's doing it again today. He is an absolutely brilliant player. Love watching him play.
I'm intrigued by the way that Australasia have got so good at 9-a-side, because traditionally you've played 15-a-side out there.
Yeah, but of course, you know, good players are very adaptable, and the state games kind of helped that in terms of the preparation, even though it was back in October where we went with the 9-a-side format. And, you know, good players adapt, whether it's 7, 9 or 15.
A wee bit of a problem with our scoreboard in the second half. We'll get that up and running, but let me tell you then, it's Australasia 3-4, Middle East 4 points. So 3 goals in it. This is Australasia's number 7, Stephen McKenna from Dungannon Clarks in Tyrone. Plays his club football in Australia with Sinn Féin in Melbourne.
A very good defender. Excellent guy.
Yeah, you told us before the game to keep an eye out for Sean McSweeney, and you were spot on there. But as you say, Larkin is also directing the play, but they're just all quality players, aren't they?
They are. You could name them all. And now the keeper's got it in his hands. He's a tremendous player. Had a great Australasian games as well, Conor French. Made a good save in the first half, but also a very good playmaker when he needs to get into the game.
Message coming in on Twitter from Connor. He says, super goals from the nephew Corey. That's Corey Quinn, and that's from Connor and Michelle. And he say they're in a very dull Brittany. Weather looks much better in Derry. Well, it looks better on the camera, but it's cool. But we're in the shade over in the stand side here. But thanks for that message, Connor. Good to have you with us. And isn't it great to be able to put these games on and people all over the world able to see it? Obviously, for the World Games, that's what you want. But it's terrific, and a lot of people maybe in Australia, or is it too early in the morning out there?
No, never too early to watch Gaelic football. Beautiful view. Oh, here we go.
Oh, just into the net as well. They have got a goal. Well, I looked down, didn't expect it. I don't think they did either. And that's a welcome goal for Middle East out of nothing. I wonder, will that throw them a lifeline? I wasn't really watching, to be honest. Did you see what happened?
Yeah, the keeper was called for overcarrying, and a bit like Paddy Cullen in 1978, he didn't get back quick enough.
The frying pan in the kitchen.
And now another free against him because the ball went back to the keeper.
Is he given a penalty? It looks like he has. Is he going to put the arms out? Well, he's right in the middle, but he hasn't given the signal. So it looks like a free, but this game has just come to life in the last 30 seconds. I was thinking,
absolutely,
this is going to be quiet, and he just takes his point. And was it Conor McCarthy, I think it was? It's hard to see the white numbers on the yellow. You don't often see white numbers in yellow. It's usually darker numbers, so it's a bit tricky. But
yeah, number 5.
It was 5. So 3-4 to 1-5 now.
Game on.
Australasia 3-4, Middle East 1-5, and Middle East and Carl here as well, sensing that this game isn't over. What a kick out though. That was fantastic. Right into his path, and he ran onto it. Now, he might claim that he was going for a pass there, but that should have been over the bar. Brilliant pass all the way out to Kevin Smullen, but he wasn't able to finish it off. And it's amazing the way games can just turn in a couple of minutes.
Yeah, with those two incidents, Middle East now have some more than hope.
13 plays 8. 5 points in it. Just to repeat, 3-4 to 1-5. Our scoreboard is down at the moment, but we will get it back up. But that is the score. 4 goals as well, which is good to see. You don't always get that in these games. It can be cagey affairs, and it's all just about winning, and it can just go for winning by a couple of points and not even go for goals. But we've been treated to some super goals here. And I don't think we're finished yet. Australasia trying to respond. I think they thought they were in easy street. And look, now they're going all the way back to the goalkeeper, to Adam O'Donnell. And for Australasia, number 12 is Aaron McCarney from Findina in Tyrone. 4 is that man Larkin we were talking about. Spreads the play, and they're just dragging Middle East across the field. To see David Sullivan having to go over there. And this is the other number 7, Stephen McKenna. And the goal scorer, by the way, Keith O'Donnell, and his nickname is The Bun. The Bull! I was wondering, The Bun. It was Robbie wrote that down for me there, so it's B-U-L-L, The Bull. There's a bull for New York at the minute. It's been making hay, and that's why they've been doing well. Now that's close, but the keeper just nips in there ahead of Niall Walsh. So I wonder, has the bull brought Middle East back in this? Have they got a chance? Oh, I thought he might go for goal there, but he's just lashed it over the bar, Adam Neely. And it's been a decent response from your boys.
Yeah, they've got their composure back, and that'll settle them down a bit. I mean, Middle East now will have to press up really, really hard. The question is, have they got the fitness after a few days of hard football?
Yeah, it's been a really tough week. I felt sorry for the players. I mean, 4 days, and it's hard to believe. And for people who haven't been there or weren't there all week, 9 o'clock in the morning through to 5:30 in the evening, 7 pitches, and they were pretty much full all the time. There were games going on every pitch. So the players, and if some players were dual players, they were having lots of games. I don't know how they do it.
Oh, it's a marathon, and we saw that managing the native-born Australasian team. The guys were so tired every day, but you know what? They love the experience.
Oh, there was nobody complaining.
No.
No, it was great fun.
Certainly not after last night.
No, true. No, but I have to say I was watching and thinking whether you're commentating, managing, whatever, there's nothing like playing, and the buzz must be terrific playing in that sort of a tournament, the World Games, and everybody walking around in a real sort of carnival atmosphere and all the different languages going, and it was just fantastic, wasn't
Amazing experience and a privilege to be here, to be honest with you. And a lot of people want to come back if they could get the chance.
Well, this is the 4th World Games, the 3rd to be held in Ireland. There's been UCD, Waterford, and now they've come north to Derry. Aaron McCartney should pop that over, and he does, and that makes it 3-6 for Australasia to 1-5. So they've just extended their lead. They've just nosed out in front a little bit more and just trying to kill off the Middle East revival. But Middle East have the ball now in the bright yellow jerseys in the bright sunshine here in Celtic Park. Looking to get another score, but Australasia back in serious numbers. He just go for a point, and you saw the way his head went up. He knew, I've just put that wrong, and he's put it high and he's put it wide. Message coming in on Facebook from Frances Hanglo Hogan, and she's watching the live feed of the first finals from New York. Excellent, thank you, she says. No, thank you. And I know she's got a particular interest in the next game, the hurling final, which is coming on right after this, and it's New York against San Francisco. Players warming up on either side of the ground here behind the goals. It's like east and west, and then they will meet in the middle, and they've met a lot down the years. Back to this game in the football. Diarmuid Larkin, the Derry man, playing in Derry with Australasia. And he just goes all the way back out because they can, and because they're in no particular rush. Gives it to Liam Casey. Now there's a run in behind, but that's countered, so they just come back and keep possession, and time is running out for Middle East. At what stage here, Carl, did they force the game?
Well, they've got to do it from now. They have no choice, but I'm not sure they've got the energy to do it. Australasia look like they're in control.
Yeah.
Again.
And then if you come out, then they just hit you over the top. That's the thing.
Yeah, it's a real risk. And we saw it in lots of the knockout games yesterday.
And
by the way, I was going to say maybe County Clare should put in a bid for the World Games the next time.
Oh, really? Okay.
Group photos by the Cliffs of Moher.
Yeah. But where are you going to play it?
We played at the Clare Centre of Excellence near Ennis.
Okay. There's a bid. You heard it here first. Australasia's Carl Walsh looking for the games to go to Clare. I don't think anyone could complain about that. Will you get the weather as well? Can you promise me that?
No. Cannot promise you that, Jerome.
Sean McSweeney gives it out to Corey, or rather number 10, Shane Gaffney. To O'Donnell again. It's been a very impressive performance by the team. And I know there was a few in particular you were impressed by. I'll come to that in a second, because Australasia are going for another score, and that's great work by Stephen McKenna. They're in behind again, and they just lash it over the bar, or actually it goes wide, but the referee has brought it back. He gave advantage, and this game looks like it's back firmly in Australasia's hands, Carl, doesn't it?
It does, and like may I mention their management team, and both management teams, for all the hard work that goes into preparing teams, funding teams, and then getting them through the tournament. I mean, credit to both management teams for doing such a fine job.
Well, let's give them a mention then with Australasia. You've got these two guys.
Yeah, Donncha Lynch and Barry Devine from New South Wales, two stalwarts of New South Wales football. Well done to them. They've done a fine job.
And we'll give Middle East a mention as well. Ross Oates, who's with Dubai Kelts, and James Malloy, who's with Rack Ropery. They're the two managers there, and yes, they give a lot to this as well, not just this week. Number 12 is Niall Rooney, Sharjah Gales, and Monaghan, Trua Gales. So Gales on both sides of the world. Trua Gales is just on the border with Tyrone, near Auchmacloy, near Emmyville. Foul, and that's going to be a free, but they're not going for a point. They need to work it in for a goal. But look, all the players are in that one area. There's no way through for Middle East. It's going to be very difficult. Freeman gives it to number 11, Keith O'Donnell. Well, they're just passing it around as much and as quickly as they can, but it's been turned over. And Neely nips in there, and there was just no way through.
No, and just to note, Corey Quinn, who scored 2 goals today, he's working as hard now, late in the match, as he was just at the beginning. There we go.
world champions from Australasia. They get the first game of the day, and the fist pump goes up from Carl. Good performance, and he shakes hand with Robbie as well. Peace up here in the stand, but a fair result, Carl?
I think so. Better team won, and we were clinical and took the chances when we got them. So well done, guys. Great job.
Yeah, the goals were so impressive, but overall the performance was good. Could you pick out a player of the match or a couple of contenders for me?
I have to pick out Dermot Larkin controlling the match. I have to pick out Corey Quinn for his 2 goals, and Sean McSweeney for being so dangerous and so influential in the first half when it mattered for Australasia.
Yeah, absolutely. But good performances all over the field, and just a really slick performance, a really good performance as a team to win the FRS Recruitment World Games. First final of 9 here today, and good crowd on the far side, and with plenty watching online as well, enjoying this at Celtic Park in Derry, and a good victory for Australasia against Middle East, setting the tone for the day. 3-7 to 1-5, and that was probably fair enough, but it was good to see some great goals, and we're just getting our photograph taken up here in the commentary area. We've lots more to come. We've hurling right after this, but we're going to hold on here for the presentation. It's the Oakleaf Cup in the Oakleaf County, and it is going to be presented in the stand, and I think I see Larry McCarthy over there, and he will be ready to make that presentation in the next few minutes. So I think what we'll do, Carl, is we'll bring Robbie in again here, if you can give him his headphones there, and we'll just get his summary of the proceedings. And on the losing side for the Middle East, Robbie, but what are your thoughts on the game?
Yeah, I mean, our lads will be very disappointed. They never really got going drone, to be honest. I would say that they can't have any complaints with the outcome. The better team won on the day by far. They were far more clinical, the final third of the field. A couple of great goals that they got early on was the real killer. So yeah, disappointing, but look, what can you do? The better team won, that's it really.
And when you got your goal, though, it looked like you might sort of pull it out a bit. There was a revival on there, but you weren't able to sustain it.
Yeah, they really needed to follow that up with another score. It was very, very quick thinking there from the ball to get a nice finish to lob the keeper. They needed to really put the press on. They couldn't turn that next attack over. And once Australasia got the next score, that was really it, to be honest. It was all done.
And could you pick out a couple of your players that you thought played well for you? I was impressed by the goalkeeper.
Yeah, Adam did very well in goal, to be fair. He made a crucial save just for half time and got on the ball a lot.
Nearly scored one too.
And he scored as well. Yeah, he was very good, to be fair. I would suppose, apart from that, a lot of the lads might be disappointed with the performance. Alan Freeman got on the ball a bit, maybe not as much as you'd have liked. Bull came into there in the second half, Keith O'Donnell. But all in all, it's a fair result. It's a fair result. Our lads will be disappointed.
Yeah, they're going up at the minute there to get their medals. Yeah. As you can see, Larry McCarthy is there. Sorry, go on.
The game Wednesday evening, I suppose, when they met in very different conditions, probably was a reflection of where the teams were at. Australasia were slightly stronger that day as well, and they followed up here with a fairly convincing victory. So yeah, disappointing. Great to be here for the lads. They did put in a serious effort, I have to say. I'm sure both teams did. They prepared very well. James and Ross had them going well. They just came up short on the day, unfortunately. But we have 2 more finals to look forward to, so both also against Australasia. So we'll be hoping to make it 1-1 with the Camogie now at half-10.
Good atmosphere here. Lots of family and friends, obviously, in the stands, welcoming their sons home from Australia and to win this trophy. It is the Oakleaf Cup, and the captain is Michael McWeeny from Leitrim and from St Finbarrs in Australia, and he gets the trophy from the GAA president, Liam McCarthy. In fact, there's 2 captains taking the cup, and Australasia raise it into the sky here at Celtic Park. They are the first champions of the day, and deservedly so. We've had 4 World Games. First one in Abu Dhabi, of course, and then at UCD and Croke Park, and then Waterford with the finals again in Croke Park, and these finals in Celtic Park after the games during the week in Owenbeg. And it's Australasia who have taken first blood here today, and they have deserved it. A very professional, can I say that word, performance. Very slick, and those 2 goals in the first half. Could have had a third as well, and he finished it off in the second against a good Middle East team, it has to be said as well. But the first win has gone to them. We have hurling next, and that is going to be the second final of the day, and it's New York against Pearse Oak San Francisco in the international final for the Seamus Howlin Cup. We're going to have that in a minute, but first I think we have a minute or 2 just to look back on some of the magic that we have seen at the World Games during the week at Owenbeg. The Irish person with your group, Connor, said to me, the reason that you guys are so tough is that when you were young, you had a very, very tough time. Can you explain what that was about?
Yeah, so Nas and I, we grew up in an NGO called A New Days Cambodia. It was funded by 2 American guys. So a lot of us come from scavenger background. So a lot of the kids was 90% of some maybe they live like me. I live nearby garbage dump. It's like probably the poorest areas in Phnom Penh. And then we survive. We fight to survive. So a lot of the kids and me, we have to work hard to make food to eat, to get food to eat. And then thanks to that NGO, then I stayed there for like almost 10 years, and that's also the same. So we got to access to education, to English, to sport, to music, so many things that we couldn't have back then. And thanks to that NGO, then we are here, and then we got access to Gaelic, to other sports, and that's why, yes, like you said, we have a tough background.
One thing that I noticed when you were playing, there was intensity, there was bite, you were getting stuck in, you liked the physical side.
It's actually because some of us also play Aussie rule back in Cambodia, so and we want to win the game. That was the reason why we go hard. We want to go out, we want to go to the next round, and we have only 6 games, so we only lose 2 games, so we need to, and this game we want to win, then that's why we go hard. Yeah.
I'm very happy to join. That's when we heard that we're gonna come to Derry and Ireland. I'm so excited.
So excited.
I'm waiting to come here.
The Irish person with your group, Connor, said to me, the reason that you guys are so tough is that when you were young, you had... Welcome to the second final of the day. It's the Hurling International final for the Seamus Howlin Cup, and it's East v West, the East Coast. That's New York against the West Coast. That is Pearse Oak, San Francisco. So it's an American derby, East v West. The rivalry has been there all down the years through the CYC and other games, and these boys know each other well, even though they're in opposite ends of the country. Mike Kennedy is with me from New York. Have I built that up right?
Yes, exactly. They would have played against each other, CYC. Many of the players know each other. From, I suppose, the first CYC, they were probably 10, 12 years of age when they played against each other. So they'll be excited to get into it here today, I'd say.
And would it always been a friendly rivalry?
Oh, I don't think so. It was always a tough
That's what you call a leading question, Mike. I was expecting that, all right. Let's go through the teams quickly because they're almost ready to start. The referee is Shane Hines. For your team, New York, you have Eddie Hogan at number 1, 2 is Pat Brennan, 3 Shane Doheny, 4 Dylan Grace, 5 Joey Grace. Are they brothers?
Brothers, yeah.
They are.
Yeah.
6 James Breen, 7 Garrod Kennedy, that's your lad. 8 is PJ King, 9 Paddy Keane, is it? Is that how you pronounce that? 10 Tiernan Mathers. Kine, sorry. 11 Cian O'Connor, 12 Kieran O'Connor. Are they related?
Yes, brothers too.
And 13 Brendan O'Leary. For Pearse Oak San Francisco, Dara Keane, number 1. Number 2 is Connor Coyle, but he's injured. He can't play, and his father's from Derry, so he's gutted not to be able to play. 3 Oisin Murphy. 4 Barry Catalan. Mum from Limerick. Dad from Cork. 5 Ian Slattery. His parents are from Galway. 6 Connor Sheedy. His dad is the coach. That's Declan. His mum is from the Bay Area. His dad is from Killanena in Clare. 7, Tyler Marks. He's the only one who's got no Irish connection. He learned the game in college. 8, Kieran Galvin Quinn. His dad's from Dublin, his mum's from England. 9, Cormac Lyons. His brother is 11, Porrig Lyons. Their mum is from County Down. Their dad is from Cork. Number 10 is Conor Cassidy. His dad's from Clare. His mum's from San Fran. 12, Cian Hennessy. His mum's from Donegal. His dad's from Limerick. 13, Stephen McCarthy. His dad's from Cork. His mum's from Louth. And 12 of the 13 for San Francisco came through a youth program out there. And our first generation Americans, and played a lot of CYC down the years. It's great to see them here now in Derry for this game as we get underway. So it's San Francisco in the light blue jerseys, New York in the white. The referee is Shane Hines, and you can contact us there in the chat, and we'll keep an eye on that on the YouTube page. But also you can contact me directly. I have the phone here, so you can get right through to me on Twitter at Jerome Quinn, send me a message, or on Instagram at Jerome Quinn 1. I'm checking those all the time. Let's hear where you're watching from or what you're thinking of the game. I have Mike Kennedy with me on CoCom for this game. It is for the Seamus Howlin Cup, and it's early morning in Derry City, and the referee has spotted a foul there, and this should be the first score of the game, and it's Conor Cassidy coming up to try to pop this over. Mike, let me bring you in, and some of your players there, could you fill in some of the clubs for them and the connections? I've given them all for San Fran, but maybe you can fill me in a bit.
Well, I'll start here with Eddie Hogan. Eddie's dad is played for Tipperary. He's Ross Gray, and his mum is from the Bronx. So Eddie has lots of hurling lineage.
Oh, I remember seeing him years ago playing in Gaelic Park, and he was playing against Hoboken, and he was from the Bronx. All right, he was a good keeper in those days, and he's kept it up. Sorry, I'll go back to the play here. I'll come back to your team in a second. There's a chance for New York. Has he got his point? And indeed he has. That's Joey Grace. Go on ahead.
That's a score for Garrod Kennedy, actually.
Oh, sorry, I thought it was number 5. Have they switched
number
jerseys?
9, right?
Oh, was it 9?
Yeah, just scored.
All right, go on ahead.
So Pat Brennan. I don't know if I'll get Pat right now, but I think that is Monaghan. But Pat's been playing with Lakela since he was 5 years of age, so fantastic hurler. I'm sure we'll see lots of him today. Kieran O'Connor, and Cian, brothers, they're Cork lineage. Chucky O'Connor, who played a lot of hurling in Gaelic Park, and that's where the boys get it. He's been coaching them and training them for years. And 2 great hurlers, Kieran and Cian. Brendan O'Leary is a Rockton player, I believe. Brendan is a player that I didn't really coach or was involved with, but he was new on this panel, but another great player. He's had a great game so far, played very well. Garrod, of course, my own son, Toomey Vara, and Kilmallock. Mum is from Bulgadin in Limerick. Tiernan Mathers, been hurling again since he was a baby. He's a down lineage, so Collie Mathers, big footballing gang, but Tiernan loves the hurling. I think that was a point there for...
It was, yeah. It's 2 points each.
2 points each.
Early on after 3 minutes. Go on ahead, you have Brendan O'Leary there.
Brendan O'Leary, yeah. And then you have Shane Doheny. Shane's Kilkenny lineage, so lots of hurling there. Shane again is a great player. James Breen, probably one of the most mature lads we have here, another Kilkenny man. His dad, Peter, played hurling in Gaelic Park, and great hurling lineage. James will be captain of this team.
All right, so number 6, James Breen is the captain.
Yep. Dylan Grace, brother to Joey, both together there. Dad's from Silvermines and Mum is from Nina. So Dylan is our free taker for the most part. And Joey again has been, I suppose he was player of the game here 4 years ago in Croke Park in the World Games that New York won. And Keelan Walsh is Galway and Cork. So he's a good mix for hurling, and a great footballer as well. And then Paddy Kine is Clare and Galway. So Paddy is another mature player who's probably his 3rd World Games, I think.
Can I just check with you there? Number 10 put that over.
That was Joey Grace.
I see they've mixed up the numbers here.
Okay, yeah. So that's Joey Grace. Just put it over. Joey's our free taker.
Got the numbers all mixed up because I have 10 as Tiernan Mathers, and you were saying that Joey or Dylan takes the frees, so that wasn't. So all these numbers are mixed up.
Yes.
Right. So New York haven't stuck to the numbers if you're watching. So it's tricky for us, but tricky for you watching as well. I don't know why
that's Dylan Grace on the ball, number 9.
Right. So
I think it's a wide ball there.
Right. So the numbers are all over the place for New York.
Yeah.
Sorry about that for people watching. I did give you numbers, so those are all wrong. So let's go through them again quickly. So is Eddie Hogan 1?
Eddie Hogan is 1.
Okay. Who's just shout them out, and I'll make notes of them here and get it right.
As I see them.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Well, there's 2 under that. Who's supposed to be Brennan, is it?
Garrod number 5.
Garrod is 5, not 7.
And that's
right.
Patrick Brennan, number 2 on the ball.
All right.
He's
He's picked the right. He lifted the right jersey. That's good.
Yeah.
And is James Breen 6?
No, that's Tiernan Matters, number 6.
Ah, right, and the red helmet because his
the red
mum's from
helmet.
County Down.
There you go, that's it.
And there's a point, and that makes it 3 points to 2 for Pearse Oaks. So San Francisco leading. Yeah, fire me out a few more of those when you see them.
That's James Breen under the ball, number 8.
Ah, right.
I think it's gone wide from the puck out from Eddie.
Okay. Maybe they were trying to trick the opposition, but should they know them well by now. Number 4 at the back here.
Number 4 is Brendan O'Leary.
Right, he was supposed to be wearing 13.
Yeah.
Anyway. So number 6 is Tiernan Mathers. Yeah. Puts that inside. I'm hesitant to say who it
Garrod
actually
Kennedy, number
is.
5 on the ball.
All right.
Out to Dylan Grace, number 9, taking a shot. A little out to the wide. Out to the right and wide.
I think I'm going to have to let you do this comment with Mike because I'm still trying to work this out.
Yeah.
Thanks. Remains 3 points to 2, more importantly, and it's San Francisco.
Good puck up by San Francisco.
Oh, beautifully taken on the run. What a catch that was. That's absolutely fantastic from Barry Cahalan. Didn't have the finish, but he took it beautifully on the run. And New York immediately going to counter them here.
Kieran Joy Grace on the ball here.
He's going to go
Joy's
low, isn't he?
Strike.
Oh, he goes for the goal and just doesn't quite get it.
Good strike by Joy, just wide. Hit the upright.
Yeah, he's definitely going for goal, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think so.
You
Nothing
know,
else on his
know
mind.
so. Remains 3 points to 2, but yeah, that's what we want to see. We want to see sort of goals like that, and
Exactly.
we want to see our efforts like that on goal. We want to see some good action in this game, and it's really fast moving. There's no moment to stop at all. Now it's the other number 10 on the other side, and that's Connor Cassidy for San Francisco, and he's got it.
Great strike and a great point for San Francisco.
His mum's from San Fran, his dad's from Clare.
There you go.
Puck out goes down the stand side. 4 points to 2 it remains for Pearse Oaks as the sun comes out a little bit more. We're in the shade here. I think we'll get the sun in the afternoon. It's quite cool and there's quite a breeze here in Celtic Park, and it's definitely going from left to right, so it's in favour of New York in the first half.
And it's Joey Grace going to take this free. I think he got the free and he's taking it.
Yeah, you said, or was it Dylan? You said take the freeze.
No, Joey takes the freeze.
All right, I can see why. Is that going over? It looks good,
That's a
and
great
it is
score.
over. 4 points to 3. It seems like they're just sort of sussing each other out at the minute. There's no fireworks yet.
Yeah, I think so. I think that they're you know, it's an exciting start. That's Dylan on the ball now. Dylan's going through.
He is, and
And
he's got the
striking
goal
low.
on mind, and he gets a goal. Well, that's the second time they went for it, and he just pulled on it on the ground. It looked like he'd lost control there, but he still got a good strike on it, and that's the first goal of the game. Well, I was saying they were feeling each other out, but that's just raised at a level, Mike Kennedy.
Sure has. Tiernan on the ball here. Garrod takes it. Number 5, he's trying to get it to Pat Brennan. Pat's on it. Pass back. Garrod strikes wide.
Do you think that goal has just sort of settled them a little bit?
Kieran, I think so. I think that they needed something to get the nerves. James Breen is on the ball here. James has been putting goals in all week, so we hope he continues today. And that's out to Joy, and Joy pops it over the bar. Nice easy score for Joy.
Really nicely taken, though. They turned it over.
Nicely taken. Well done by Pat up here. Sent the ball, and then James collected and gave it out to Joy. And great score.
1-4 to 4 points now. Are you happy the way things are going?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I can see defending here. Kieran is doing very well over there. He's getting the ball down right away.
Oh, nice low
Down
ball in
forward.
here, though, and San Francisco trying to isolate. Oh, he's lost his hurl, and
Eddie's working hard here.
Eddie
And
came to
is
the
out.
rescue.
Yeah.
And they put it down the line there, but there was a threat there from San Francisco, definitely. And they will have the wind in their backs in the second half. New York have recovered from a slow start. And the number 5 is Garrod Kennedy, Mike's son out there, and that's his first score on finals day at the World Games. You must be proud to see your son out there.
Absolutely. A great pass there from James Breen again. Put it out to the middle into open space, and the score was easy. It's Kieran under the ball again, doing very well, getting it down on the ground.
And San Francisco, they've 3 subs over there, and their management, of course, you have Declan Sheedy. Declan Sheedy's the coach for San Francisco. He's from Clare. And your management, who's your management?
Mikey Maher. And Dave Lucknan and Big Kev. Kev is Clare. And
Big Kev, I like that.
Kev and Mikey and Davey are Ross Gray, 2 Toomey Berrymen. And of course, Eamon Fitzgerald, our development officer, is down there working hard with them. So they're in good hands.
You're Toomey Vara as well?
Yes, I'm Toomey Vara, yes.
Are you getting home? You must be.
No, I'm all north.
You're not getting down?
I won't get down, no. I got to Del Ireland and we were just home at development under 17 a few weeks ago. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So they're fed up seeing you.
Exactly.
You don't need to go home. All right, okay. And how many of you got to the All-Ireland final, and what did they hold on, let's break off because there's a chance here, and it's Breen. You mentioned he goes for goals.
Yes.
Oh, keeper did brilliantly. I don't think he knew that much about it, but he got in the way, and the danger is not away yet.
No, James
it was
hasn't given
Dara
up.
Keane, and is it going to end up in the net? Well, they've saved it twice there, San Francisco. They're holding on for dear life at the moment because New York are exerting a lot of pressure. 2 big efforts at goal there, and neither came good, and then they might get a score at the other end themselves because Connor Cassidy has it, and off he goes. And he's been followed by Brennan, and Brennan managed to get the slither away from him there. And it's all New York at the minute, and San Fran are under serious pressure. And here comes more pressure, and it might even be over the bar. It's just gone to the right, but New York have really gone up a notch.
Yeah, absolutely. That was from Tiernan. Big strike. I guess he was trying to put it inside more than get the score, but it went out wide.
1-5 plays 5, but it could have been a lot more because New York have gone for it in the last 5 minutes or so. And they're winning every battle, every exchange around the field, as you've just seen there as well. And San Francisco are struggling to stay in this. And look at the room they've found as well. And that's a beautiful turn and a lovely score as well.
Joey Grace again. You give Joey any bit of space like that, he's going to score. He doesn't miss those ones.
Yeah, and right in the middle of the field, it's like San Francisco didn't spot him there and just left him there. And he'll make them pay as he did in the final 4 years ago when he was player of the match in Croke Park. The Grace brothers and the O'Connor brothers for New York. But I guess they're all a big family by this stage because they played. A lot of the lads were here for the college's football earlier this year as well.
They were, yeah. Of this crew here, I'm not sure. Garrod had Tiernan, maybe was on it.
Doheny, I think.
And Shane Doheny, yeah, who's not on the field here yet. I don't think Shane is not on yet.
And they had good success there as well. And New York footballers have had good success recently as well.
Yeah.
That's a bit tricky, but easily taken by Eddie. Yeah, I've been watching him. I saw him play in Gaelic Park when he was maybe 16. And he's still in goals. And
still in goals. He always played into the higher age group, and he's a lot of experience in the goals. So Eddie's doing very well today so far.
Mind you, he has the weather behind him because the wind is quite strong, and it would have held that ball up a little bit. Could be trickier in the second half for New York, but at the moment they're bossing this.
Yeah. Brendan O'Leary there with a great clearance and doing well in the back there. And James is off again to the races. There's only one thing on his mind.
Oh, oh, you're so right. Wow, well, you told me he's got goals during the week, and I thought, well, he could take a point here. And then when he dropped the shoulder and went inside once, I thought, oh, hold on. But you know him, and that was smashing. Top corner, what a finish.
Well, it's funny. I think that this management has kind of converted him to the forward line. We always played him back, and he did tremendous there as well in the backs and midfield. But as a forward player, he goes for the jugular right away, and he's got a lot of goals this week.
San Francisco trying to get a goal back at the other end. Eddie gets out and gets in the way of Cormac Lyons. Now there is a free because the referee, Shane Hines, had played advantage. But San Francisco just struggling to stay with New York. They're on fire at the minute. They're just playing really well. And it's 2-7-5. And consider that Pearse got the first 2 points of the game and they were 3-2 up. So it's been a big turnaround for New York. They've really just put the foot on the gas.
Yeah, I think that the London team were kind of favourites to be in this final, and San Francisco beat them in a great game in the semi-final. It was a game of two halves, really. Just San Francisco had the fitness and they overtook them, got the goals in the semi-final, so fair play to them. But we'd have probably been more worried about the London team. They're a big, strong team and very physical and different style of hurling, probably more hurling, but this is an open field here for 13-a-side.
So you're happy to see them go out, the London guys?
I think we had a little sigh of relief, but this game is far from over, so we can't talk.
Yeah, and as I say, the breeze is strong going from left to right, and San Francisco will have it in the second half. And by the way, this San Francisco group, well, I'll pause for a second and give you that a bit of information because I'm just watching to see what's going to happen here. San Francisco trying to get out, and they just put it over the line, and the pressure will come right back on them. But yeah, I was going to make the point that a lot of the lads play for Pearse Oak, San Francisco. Well, they all play for them, but 2 of them actually play up for other clubs at senior level out there. So Dara Keane plays up for Tipperary in San Francisco. That's the goalkeeper. And Oisin Murphy at 3. He plays up for Nafiana. And there's another point, making it 2-8-6 now, coming up to half-time, and you're in Easy Street. And there is half-time.
Easy Street so far. Yeah, so the same, I guess, New York players, we have them playing up. They play in New York, you have Junior B, Junior A, and we started a novice division now, which is kind of, well, nearly all American, but it's really for, people that haven't played a lot of hurling, but the standard is good because of the American standard. Our young guys are playing a lot of hurling, so, their skill level is very good.
It absolutely is, and it's great that it's been showcased here at these finals. The players just getting a little bit of break, so I'm going to take a little bit of break, me and Mike, just for a minute as well, and we'll have another of our little videos.
Here's a few home truths for you. Near Knock, people are seeing things again. Castlebar has a remote working pub. In Furbo, they're doing 9 to 5 here and 1 to 2 here. Leitrim is just the one traffic light. Plenty of spirit though. And Salins has more trains, schools and decent coffee than ever before. Only FRS knows these things because we have people all over Ireland. So whether you're looking for people or looking for work, ask us. Here's a few home truths for you.
Living in Derry is absolutely fantastic. Everyone's so friendly, they're the salt of the earth, and there's a great atmosphere. I've always wanted to be a paramedic. I decided to apply to Ulster University because this is a pioneering course in Northern Ireland. It's laid the foundations for a successful and rewarding career as a paramedic. Studying at Derry Londonderry campus is absolutely fantastic. It's a compact but vibrant campus right in the heart of the city centre. It's where old meets new and where culture meets character. I'm Ben and I'm a first year student paramedic studying at Ulster University Derry Londonderry campus.
When you think of Northern Ireland, what is the first thing that comes to mind? Is it our heritage? Our vision for the future? Or something altogether greater? At Northern Irish Connections, we see the ambition and drive it takes to make this region special. Whether it's an instantly recognisable homegrown brand, surging growth in our financial services sector, or developing the most innovative cybersecurity platforms in the world, there's a thread that runs through us all, a tie that binds, a bond that keeps us together. So no matter where in the world we end up, no matter what we turn our hands to, we are all part of the same global family that makes Northern Ireland the dynamic trailblazer it is today. So if you've lived, studied, visited, or just love Northern Ireland, why not visit niconnections.com to discover more of the region's success stories? There are lots to choose from. When you think of Northern Ireland,
Ball just thrown in for the start of the second half. We're up and running again. And it's 2-8 for New York, 6 points to San Francisco. Long way back for San Francisco. Or maybe not in hurling terms. You can get a couple of goals here, but let's see what they can do with the wind behind them in the second half. They're pressing anyway. And it's number 10, Connor Cassidy, trying to get through, but New York have turned it over.
And James struck a ball out here, nearly over the line.
With me a commentary here. Go on ahead, Mike.
And Garrod puts it out over the line, I think. You know, it's actually a line ball to San Fran. Didn't seem like that. Not so well taken. And gone again, it's another line ball for New York.
Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go through the New York team again with the numbers that we now have are correct. Number 1 is Eddie Hogan. 2 is Pat Brennan. 3 is Kieran O'Connor. 4 is Brendan O'Leary. 5 is Garrod Kennedy. 6 is Tiernan Mathers, who's striking right now, but that actually has gone all the way along the line, but just on the wrong side of the line. 7 is Shane Doheny. 8 is James Breen, the captain. 9 is Dylan Grace. 10 is Joey Grace, his brother. 11. Where is 11?
Keelan Walsh. Keelan Walsh.
Oh, Keelan Walsh, I don't have him.
Yeah.
So I'll add that now. And 12 is Paddy Kine, and 13 is Cian O'Connor. New York going really well.
Dylan Grace on the ball, passed out to Joey.
Should be over, and they'll just keep it ticking over. That's another point to them. 2-9 now, plays 6 points, and New York still in control of this game.
Yeah, it looks like New York started with pretty much the same team as they finished the second half. They started with the same team, so no changes.
The rolling subs, of course, is interesting. You don't usually play 9-a-side out there, do you?
No, not at all, no. So, but I noticed they have James Breen back, kind of sweeper, so I guess they want to make sure that they don't give up any big scores here.
San Fran trying hard to get back into this game. Cassidy nips inside. He's trying everything to work his way through. He can't get through. Good defending from New York, and it's James Breen who's got the goal in the first half. Fantastic goal. Best goal of the game. Best goal of the finals so far, right in the top corner. But he's back helping out, and there he is again, challenging and around the middle. He's all over the field. Number 3 is Oisin Murphy for San Francisco, trying to get it up at Cormac Lions, but again, New York have all the answers.
Brendan O'Leary, great clearance.
That's good defending back there by Brendan O'Leary for New York.
Joey strikes a long ball across the field to Keelan. Tiernan is on the ball, Tiernan Mathers.
He's in quite a battle, but persists, and I thought he was going to put that over easily, but maybe that's the wind, or he just didn't connect there.
I don't think he connected on that one so well, but it's all right, back in the game. Pat Brennan locks it down.
This is San Francisco at the other end. Should be a score, and it is Cassidy, and he has got it. 2-9 plays 7, and maybe that will spark a bit of a revival for Pearse Oak San Francisco in the second half. That's a dangerous looking one, but he's well marked. There's lots of New York men around him, and he's just outnumbered in there.
James Breen again with a big clearance, and Dylan Grace on the ball here. Dylan's looking for his brother Joey once more, and Joey is free across the field, as he's good to do. Strike and a little wide. Hard luck, Joey.
Game's just died a wee bit.
Yes, it's whether it's the wind or the energy is not there. Yeah, so hopefully they'll pick it up.
It could spark at any time, though. That's what we saw in the first game of the day. But San Francisco just can't get any change down there, and Breen just keeps coming out with it for New York. He's controlling affairs, and here he is again, the captain for New York. And maybe you could tell me a little bit about him.
Well, James,
Kennedy, what club is he?
James is a Rangers football club, and he plays Lekela Hurling. But he's probably first captain, you would say, is probably first CYC, which would be all of maybe 18 years ago or 17 years ago. So James has been a great player, always prepares very well, and he doesn't come out willy-nilly. He has everything organised, and he does all his exercises and has everything ready to go for a game. So that's why he produces every day he goes out. So
The two umpires looked at each other there. I wasn't sure either, Mike.
Yeah, it looked white to me.
Mathers didn't appeal it.
Yeah.
So it remains 2-9 to 7. 8
Pat
point
Brennan
game.
on the ball here, great clearance. Again, Dylan trying to get Tiernan back on it again.
Oh, lovely
Great
ball by
pass out to
Mathers.
Joey striking.
Pops it out. Off the bar. That nearly dropped onto the bar and in, but it goes over for a point. So
Joey
2-10.
Great score by Joey again. Good ball out from Tiernan. Pat Brennan had done the work to get it down the field. It's Kieran O'Connor coming out with the ball. Still with it.
Oisin Murphy again, one of the guys who plays up. He plays senior hurling as well as his own hurling for his own club, rather. Cormac Lions trying to get through. They really need a goal, and he's kicked it into the net. That's exactly what the doctor ordered for San Francisco. It's a goal for them, 1-7 to 2-10, and all of a sudden it seems possible. That was the spark that we have been waiting for. There was 2 or 3 men hanging off him, but he still managed to get a boot to it. And let's see if that makes a difference now and makes it a little bit more feisty, shall we say,
I think
Mike?
that's the spark you were looking for. And I see Keelan Walsh just came on the field there, number 11. So Keelan has lots of energy when he comes on, so hopefully he'll keep the thing going. So that goal was the spark. I guess New York are going to have to step it up if they want to keep ahead here. That's a free taken by Garrod Kennedy. And I think it's over the bar. Score for New York. 2-11 to 1-7.
San Fran looking for another one now. Oh, and it's loose as well. Oh, he pulled on it. Might have been better trying to lift that. That's Barry Cahalan and go through. That was an opportunity, but the big fella's persisting there. That's a good touch on it. But Eddie Hogan is on the spot, and Eddie Hogan gets knocked over. That was a heavy hit there from Cormac Lyons, but I'm sure Eddie will be okay in a minute there to make them hard in the Bronx.
Yeah, Eddie will be tough. He'll be no problem. Ross Greyby's popped back quick, so he'll be good. And Davy's in to give him some water, so should be good. I think it was more the San Francisco flair was turning back into it. There was no real intent, I'd say, but I'm sure it hurt.
Yep. 2-11 plays 1-7. So
yeah, so it looks like New York have the one sub in so far. Oh no, I see Eugene Paddy Kine is in. Side full forward now. Paddy's a big presence in there, so they'll be trying to get a few balls into him. So that's 2 subs introduced by New York so far. But they're still maintaining James back there to secure the defences.
Eddie isn't going to continue.
Oh wow.
Or is he? Oh, he is.
He is. Oh, he's good.
Sorry for doubting.
But he is hurt. It was a big hit.
It was indeed, yeah. It was one of those ones, I think he was maybe off balance at the time as well. But New York now trying to respond. They lead 2-11 to 1-7. 7 points up, could be 8. No, it's gone wide. And that effort
was by Paddy Kine. I think it was a block more than that. He got a good strike in, but San Francisco blocked it down.
True. This is Breen. He's certainly been my man of the match, and he comes away with the ball again. And look, there's lots of room up here.
Paddy missed that coming out.
Wasn't able to get it. San Fran just not able to knit things together.
It's Tiernan, a good pass to Keelan. Keelan Walsh on the ball. Back to Tiernan. Tiernan is going to open up the field, back out to Joey again. Mr. Dependable out there in open space. That's a good low ball into Shane Doheny, and Paddy has the ball in his hand, trying to manoeuvre out of position. Good defending. It'll be a free in. Free in to Paddy. A good pass in by Shane Doheny. Shane just came on the field there as well, so I guess New York are using their full complement.
There's a couple of things you were telling me, Mike, that were interesting about, you know, one of the lads who's been playing, he was playing CYC 18 years ago, and
yeah,
you know, the quality of the hurling in New York. I mean, I know people travel more and they see more, but it's still probably surprising to some people at home that the game is just so strong out there, and these guys are real hurlers. They're not just guys who've taken it up for a trip home.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I think when the hurling took off at all, we've had a lot of different coaches, and we have big help from Connacht Council, who is our development liaison officers and all that, and we've had some great hurling development officers.
Oh.
It's a big score for Joey. So that makes it 3-11 to 1-7 to New York.
Yeah, Joey Grace on target there. San Fran trying to get a goal at the other end. They don't get it, and that should really seal it.
That should seal it. I'd say it's going to be very hard to come back from that. There's not much time, and we seem to be ahead all over the field. So
we built this up as a sort of a rivalry, and I thought it might be a bit closer. I'm sure San Francisco will be a little bit disappointed. Maybe one of the factors is it's been a tough week.
It's been a tough week. Plus, you got to remember, it's a big distance for San Fran, and it's a big commitment for a week. So I'm sure they don't have all their best players here, and they seem to have a young team there. So
yeah, it's a long way to come, isn't it?
It
Much
is.
Longer than you guys, and
Yeah.
the CYC's on in San Fran at the minute, isn't it?
Exactly, CYC's on right now, and so they're busy out there as well trying to promote that. But yeah, but New York, they're strong for hurling. The guys all love playing it, and they had probably 28 kids trying out for this team, so and you got to drop them and move on. And but it is a great competition. You have 2 years to prepare, so and New York does prepare for it, and their development officers are doing that. Our new development officer, Eamon Fitzgerald from Causeway and Kerry, who is running a great show out there, has been a big boost for us. And we just lost Mickey Quigg before him, who is another tremendous development officer. So we've been very lucky in that respect.
So you've had the CYC, you still have the CYC, and it's been great down the years, and you've your own competitions. What do you think the World Games has brought?
Well, it's international is the biggest thing, that for any team, New York or San Francisco or London, to be able to come out and compete with players from all over the world and see where their standard is in comparison. And of course, it's bragging rights, of course, always, but you have to come to these competitions to see where you stand and what you have to improve or whatever you got to do to compete in these competitions. And that's why we've committed to coming to Fela hurling and all that, because we found that it multiplies our development. It really is a big help for the kids, and when they see their players wearing the county jersey, and all these boys will be heroes to their 8, 10, 12-year-old players in New York, so.
That's Joey Grace again. Got the goal a minute ago, but that one's gone to the right and it's gone wide. It remains 3-13 to 1-7, and for a relatively short game, 3-13 is a pretty big score.
It's a big score, yes indeed, and they seem to score when they get up the field at all. This is Garrod Kennedy on the ball. Garrod is trying to find Paddy, I'd say. Paddy was expecting a little deeper. That block, Shane Doheney's on it, trying to get it inside.
This is Conor Sheedy. Dad's the coach. He'll be disappointed, but they're not finished yet, and they've given a great effort this week. I saw one of their games the other day. It might have been the game you were talking about. They scored some lovely goals and played some really nice hurling, and as you say, they surprised the London team, and they managed to get into this final, and they've acquitted themselves well all week, but it's been such a tough week. And look, they're still getting tore in there. It's tough stuff, and they're giving everything to try and turn this around, but it must be hard just on the body and these young lads for the 4 games and now early morning here in Celtic Park.
Exactly, and they went to their host clubs and different things. They've been around, and 2 games a day every day, so not easy. And they all have had certain knocks and needed the physios and different things, but they got through that. So
can't be long left.
Looks like a free in San Francisco.
Have to go for goal. 3-13 to 1-7. Well behind, but they may as well.
Might as well.
Put it in there. The big lads are going in. I see Kieran Gavin Quinn going in there. Cormac Lyons, of course, will be in there. Cian Hennessy, number 12, only number 11. Porrig Lyons has come out around the middle. And here it comes from Oisin Murphy. Drills it, and it's gone over the bar. He was maybe aiming for the bar area and hoping for something. Well, it's gone over. They'll take a point, 1-8, but that's 8 points behind, so they need 3 goals to win this. Can't see that happening, but you never know. Eddie Hogan goes long into the sky. You can see as the ball goes up in the sky, the
brilliant catch by Dylan.
Up into the Craigan.
Dylan Grace, and Joey's on the ball again. Joey confidently strikes it over the bar. No worry there.
3:14 to 1-8. Every time San Francisco do something, New York do the same at the end, the other end, or even more. This is Murphy. San Fran. Wasn't much room there, but he does get the decision.
Shane Downey put a lot of pressure on him. I think it's a line ball for San Fran.
Remember the last final? Was that the one in Croke Park that was New York against New York?
No, it was New York in the hurling. Oh, in the football, yes.
Oh,
yes, the expats, or well, no, actually the older American team played the younger American team. So there'd be a few of these guys would have played in both. We'd have them on both codes. That was a shot from
Brendan O'Leary, was it?
Brendan O'Leary, yes, yeah. Just went wide. He was going for a goal there, trying to seal the deal. And there we go, we have full time.
Another world title for you.
Another world title, yeah, for New York, which is, you know, as I say, they don't know when they start out whether they're going to compete or going to be good enough. But again, today they were good enough. So congratulations to New York, and well done by San Francisco.
It wasn't a thriller, and certainly wasn't that exciting a game, but some great play in it, and you sort of killed it off in the first half. And I think the second goal from James Breen into the top corner, fantastic goal, and it really sort of put a marker down for the game, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. It was hard to come back, and we defended very well. And then when they put James back in the second half, he kind of swept up everything, and you know, his hurling ability probably he stamped the game. That's it. He's the man. But great game, Bo, and hard luck for San Francisco.
New York are having a good time this year, aren't they?
New York had a great time. Well, when you go back to football, if you know, they won their first Connacht game against Leitrim and came back and played Sligo. Didn't do so well there. They won a junior All-Ireland in Croke Park against Kilkenny only a couple of weeks ago. So, I mean, that's tremendous. And now, you know, a hurling title. So, development in New York is very strong. The minor board is very strong right now, and they're continuing to work hard to develop players with good coaches and you know, expertise from the Connacht Council. So that we're definitely appreciative of, you know. So
this scene here is a little bit like something out of CYC, where the players all sort of line up and.
Yes, it's a very American thing where they line up, shake hands. Most adult competitions you probably don't do it, but I guess it's a way of appreciating the other team, and whatever way it ends up, it's still a game after all. Once we finish the game, we gotta move on. But New York will be celebrating tonight. I think they'll have a whole afternoon to enjoy themselves.
Oh, we talked about the rivalry at the start, but there's respect there as well.
Oh, definitely, yeah. I mean, you know, all the San Francisco coaches, most of them, you know, the same as ourselves, they're out in San Francisco and they love the game, and they're trying to introduce this game to their kids and make them better at it and better. And a lot of these kids probably play baseball, American football, who knows, you know, lacrosse, but hurling they love as well, so that's very important. And most of them would probably be dual players, hurling and football.
What are they doing out there? What's that about?
They got some kind of a hacker going. I think Patrick Brennan runs that, so he's the party boy on the bus, so I think he's the leader when it comes to that.
I think there's people in New Zealand at the minute cringing at the thought of that being called a haka.
Yeah, I think so.
Call it a paka after Paddy.
A paka maybe.
But yeah, it's a bit of crack, and there is that side of it. The boys have had a great time. They've enjoyed themselves being here. But it's the San Francisco boys who are going up and getting their medals as runner-up. And I say runner-up, I was going to say losers, but they're not really. They've had a great week. They've had a chance to come home to Ireland. They've played some terrific hurling all week, and they've just not managed to win this in the end. But they have done really well to get to the final. And the New York team are out trying to get photographs taken. See the problem these days with everyone with their phones.
Yeah, that's it.
Just look, they're getting pictures taken, but they need to get up and get that cup. Exactly. So they're next, and I think the organizer, Brendy Bryan, is down and says, "Would you stop?"
Yeah, let's go.
Everywhere you look, I call it the parents' paparazzi. They've all got their phones out. And I always say, "Would you wait and get the cup? It's a better picture with a cup in it."
Yeah, yeah.
So they'll get that now, and it is the Seamus Howlin Cup. I didn't mean to read out a few messages, actually. I just realised on the live chat, so thank you to everyone who messaged there, but I know there was a bit of crack going on there. Aidan Tansey says, well done, New York. And where else are we going? There's a David Stiles commenting. Thanks, David. He plays for Southeast. He says it was a super game. Maybe he's talking about a different game, actually, but he's commenting on there. These guys, I think, are having a conversation amongst themselves. Alana was on earlier, saying, let's go Australasia. Good stuff from Sean McSweeney. That was about the first game. Larry McCarthy is getting ready to hand over the cup. Emer Rodden is tuning in from Wellington in New Zealand, supporting Andy and Ailish in the women's final. Well, that was the game earlier on. Cian Boland wanted to know, was Niall Walsh playing? He was. Heritage from RD and Louth and Dingle and Kerry. And Neil Sweeney, well, actually it was Tom Carmody from Trim sending best wishes to the Middle East. Ian Kelly told me that Niall Walsh featured as a Louth minor. Thank you for that. And Chris Maguire said, well done to Roddy McIver and all the crew for running a fantastic week in Derry as New York get all their medals. Kevin O'Shea was watching from Jimmy O'Neill's in Melbourne, says up Gary Owen. And Donica Lynch, congratulations, Donica, Barry and team from Sydney. Sean Sweeney, best player on the pitch, that was the first game. And San Francisco Junior Glens were messaging. I think they were trying to get the players right for me, thanks for that. And they also mentioned Seamus Howlin, who the cup is named after, and said he was great. He was at every CYC in San Francisco and New York, have been meeting since they were 12 years of age. Thank you very much for that. John McHugh wants to know why the full pitch is not being used. That's because it's 9-a-side. And there is the celebration. New York champions again. Philly beat Father Murphy's earlier in the week. And just checking another couple of messages here before we go on. I think that's enough for now. We'll be back in a minute or so. There's Camogie going to be on. The Camogie finals coming right up, but for now we're going to take a little bit of a break and be back very quickly with the start of the Camogie final. Welcome back to the Camogie final. This is the third final of the day. It's just started. There's no score yet. And it is Australasia against the Middle East, same as in the first game of the day. These two regions familiar with each other. It's the open final for the Mary Gavin Cup in Australia on the attack. And Middle East playing from left to right with the wind advantages in the first half. It is coming from the Brandywell side if you know your Celtic Park, if you know your Derry. And this already has got an intensity about it, this game. Lots of talented players from both regions, top quality players. I'll give you the teams as we go on in the next second or two. I just don't want to miss any of the action. It's Middle East with the yellow jerseys and the white numbers on the back, which are very hard to see. But the sun has gone in. It's a little bit overcast in Celtic Park. But let's get on with the Camogie and the tricolour helmet there. That's the number 6 for Australasia. That's Jen Hosford. She's from Cork. There's a couple of sisters actually on the Australasia team as well. I will give you those in a second, but that's lovely play again from Hosford, going for goal, and she didn't manage to get it, but it was very, very close. Don't know if it came off the goalkeeper or the post, but Australasia attacking with intent. Now Middle East to get it out of there. It's gone all the way up to the full forward area, and that's good hassling by Melissa Lyons. She was definitely second favourite there, but she's nearly got it, but instead Claire Nolan has managed to get it to Susie Dunphy, and they're struggling to clear their lines now, Australasia, but they do. It's Annie Stafford, the number 5 from Middle East, getting stuck in there, but it's Lorna O'Dwyer who persists, the girl from Ballycahill in Tipperary. Oh, brilliantly taken, and there's a goal chance here, and surely it will be a goal, and it is. Oh, what a brilliant finish. And it's Shelley Farrell from Thomastown in Kilkenny. Her sister Meg is at midfield number 8. And that was a brilliantly taken goal. Beautiful catch, top corner, and no stopping that. First blood to Australasia in the Camogie. And what a quality goal it was. And Robbie is back with me for this game. And Robbie, what a start to this game. And that's a sign of the quality.
Yeah, very good start for Australasia. The Middle East lads would have been wary of the Farrell sisters. They were the main danger. They are the main danger players for Australasia, and I think it was Megan got on the end of that attack to finish it off.
Shelley
was a great finish. So here we have.
Are these numbers right? Yeah,
Melissa
so
Lyons.
Melissa Lyons. It is indeed. Oh, she nearly scored. Yeah, well, it's only one score earlier on. It's 1 goal to no score, and Middle East have certainly the ability to come back into this.
Absolutely, there's some very dangerous forwards. We're looking to get the ball into Sarah Friday, Melissa Lyons as much as possible. Australia on attack again.
This is Jan Hosford. Once again, the Cork woman going forward. Slither on the hurl and going for a goal again, I think. But the other number 6, which is Annie Stafford, did well there to get back and just repel that. I'll go through the teams quickly. Australasia, Jackie Doyle from Wexford wearing number 1. 2 is Susie Dunphy from Windgap in Kilkenny. 3, Rachel Phelan from Danesfort in Kilkenny. 4, Lorna O'Dwyer, who I mentioned from Ballycahill, and she's also with Cusicks out there in Sydney. 5 is Andrea Mullins, and she is from Ardrahan in Galway, and she's also Cusicks. 6, I mentioned Jen Hosford. 7, Claire Nolan from Clara in Kilkenny. Number 8 and 9, the Farrell sisters. 10 is Lisa McCarthy from Cork. 11, Anya Cunningham is from Limerick. 12 is Paula Collins from Kersey Rovers in Cork, as that one goes safely over the bar, and it was Farrell again. Yeah, the hair comes down over her back, but it's definitely number 9. She's at the goal on the point so far. 13 is Sarah Fitzgibbon, and she's from Milford in Cork, so that is their team, and they're managed. Well, there's Tommy Oakes in there, he's a Meath man, and Central Coast, and Ollie Gordon, a Sligo man, in there across them as well. We'll come to the Middle East team with Robbie in a second, but let's get back to the action, because Australasia, well, it looked like they were away, but the referee says no. So your team, you have Jack Whelan and Laura Maloney, both from Sharjah Gales, are over them, and you can fill in the gaps. I'll go through it quickly, but Siobhan Hennessy is number 1. Anya Barry is, sorry, go on ahead, you want to put in?
Siobhan Turles Sarsfields in Dubai Celts in the Middle East.
Excellent. And Anya Barry, I know her, she's good.
Anya's a good player, yeah. Cork woman, Air Ogue, Abu Dhabi Nafina in the Middle East. We have Aisling Foley, who is from Windgap in Kilkenny, is another point for Australasia.
Well, so that's an interesting one. You have Windgap players on both sides. You have Susie Dunphy, number 2, and against her clubmate out here.
That's right. Number 4, you have Ashley Nolan, also Kilkenny. She plays for Clara and Dubai Celts. Alice Fogarty, who's Thurles Sarsfields in Tipperary, should Abu Dhabi na Fianna. Then we have Annie Stafford, Wexford and Tuan Cammers, also Dubai Celts, number 6. 7 we have Aoife Kearney from Carrigaline and Cork. She hurls with Sharjah Gales. We have Kiva Wright from Ballycastle and Antrim. She's also Dubai Celts. We have number 9 is Dervin McGuigan, a local girl here. She's Schlockneil and Derry, Abu Dhabi na Fianna. That's another point for Australasia.
Goes to 1-3 to no score.
Yeah, they'd want to get moving fairly sharpish. Number 11, Melissa Lyons, who is Clane and County Kildare, Dubai Celts as well. We've Roisin Egan, number 12, St. Ryan as an Offaly, also Dubai Celts. Sarah Friday, who's the team captain, Abu Dhabi na Fianna. She's Clonelty Rossmore and Tipperary. And yeah, Jack and Laura over the team, as you said, both Sharjah Gales.
When you read all that out, I mean, those players, I mean, these are quality players from home who are abroad at the minute working and having a good time or whatever, but they have all learned camogie up the way through, and that's why there's so much quality out there.
It's very high standard, and the Middle East League, the season we've just had, the senior camogie division has really been top class. I'm sure it's the same in Australia. So wide there from Lissa, from her free, but yeah, the standard's been really high. The wind from our first game drum has really picked up, and the Middle East are playing with that in the first half, so they really will have to get moving here.
Well, maybe they'll get moving right now. There's a goal chance here. Oh, how'd she save that? From here it looked like she'd gone away from it, but she managed to get her hurl twisted round, and the boss of the hurl maybe just saved that or something. I'm not exactly sure, but it looked to be a certain goal. Oh, that's beautifully taken, and that is Aisling Foley. And the goal chance was for this girl. She's not going to keep that in, but it was Sarah Friday there who went for goal, and it looked for the world it was going to go in.
Yeah, it is. You'd back Sarah all day with those chances. She's been burying goals all week, so that was a great save from the goalkeeper there, Jackie Doyle, fellow Wexford woman. So it's a great save from Jackie.
You really need to get something here on the board, don't you?
Really have to, yeah.
Not over by any means, but it's just not happening for you at the minute. It's gone very cool in Celtic Park. Sun has gone in for the moment. Hopefully it'll be back, but it is a cold day in Ireland, even though it's the middle of summer. Number 12 is Roisin Egan, and I think the difference is Australasia have just been more clinical in front of goal, because it's been pretty even around the middle of the field. I mean, you're competing here well.
Middle East have actually had more possession, but they're just not getting the scores on the board, Jerome. They just haven't been clinical enough so far.
And then, of course, when you get behind, the tendency is to go for goal, and you can't blame her for going for goal, but I think it was a great save. Just checking the messages and comments on the YouTube there. The Rebel Boy says, congratulations to Team Canada for winning the Shield in both the Camogie and the Hurling, from all at your host club, Namaiha, here in Derry City. Thanks for that. Yeah, there's a twinning thing during the week where all the clubs who are in Derry teamed up with clubs and teams who were in the World Games, and they had a great night on Tuesday night. We were up at Shandolan's up in the Craigan. I can nearly see it from here, and it was smashing.
It's been a real feature of the week. The local clubs have really taken care of everybody, I have to say, Jerome, and they've gone above and beyond to really make it feel special for all the players, so huge credit to them.
And it sort of forged the connection there that's following, because they're watching the game now, looking out for...
Absolutely, yeah.
Nicola O'Gorman says, let's go Middle East. Eileen Maher says, well done New York, that was the last game, great result, congratulations to the whole squad and supporters. Special congratulations to Mikey Maher, David Giant Loughnane and Big Kev and the selectors, or they are the selectors. Well done to them indeed. And James Keenahan says, great job to Mickey and all the boys. John McAvoy, well done New York. Brenda Dugan, good luck to Dervla McGuigan and all Middle East, that's in this game. And we have Yvonne Rourke says good luck to Melissa Lyons playing for the Middle East from Kate and Sean
in free here now, Melissa.
In Rathangan. Well, will she get a score? She's gone low and she didn't connect there. Connor Boyle says congratulations New York, and Alana Fitzpatrick, good luck Paula and Jackie from Australasia. Good Gary Owen woman, she says. And Sarah Brennan, well done to New York in the last game. So keep those messages coming if you like on the live chat there on the YouTube, and also you can contact me directly. I have my phone here and I check my Instagram and Twitter messages, so you can contact me right there straight through. Jerome Quinn on Twitter, and on Instagram is Jerome Quinn 1. Feel free to do that. Can't answer at the minute though, somebody's trying to phone me. Can't take a call at the minute, we're kind of busy. Australasia 1-3, Middle East no score in the open final in Camogie for the Mary Gavin Cup here at the FRS Recruitment GAA World Games for 2023. It's Australasia in control at the moment, but the threat still very much there. And there you see the rolling subs. Australasia's number 14 has gone off. I don't actually know who the 14 is. They didn't have a 14. Middle East trying their level best to try and get into this. Can't manage to get their way through, but they do get a free. And this should at least get them the first score. They need at least one score just to settle them, don't they?
They do, absolutely. This is a free they'll certainly be expecting to score. Interesting if Melissa keeps taking them. I think she is.
Yeah, the last one she just sort of...
Yeah, there's a swirly wind, to be fair. It's deceptive, so should be hopeful to knock this over now. And for goal.
Oh, low again. Why are they going low, or why are they not just putting these over the bar?
It's very early to be panicking and going for goal, Jerome. Yeah, that was one would have expected to tap over.
Yeah, and the last one, there's a couple of very straightforward points. I mean, you're just 3 or 4 points back.
There's only a score in it then, yeah, for sure.
I mean, is it mishitting, or are they actually going for
goal? It looked
goals?
like she went for goal there. I think the last one was a mishit, but it looked like she went for goal there, so I'm sure she'll try and tap this one over now. Of course, the 65 is not actually a 65 in a shortened pitch, so it's definitely scoreable.
Now, Melissa.
Yeah,
Can she get it? Well, the further out ones sometimes seem easier, don't they?
Yeah, there you go.
But at least it's a point for Middle East. 1-3 to 1 point. Oh, beautifully taken. What a catch. And that is the other sister. That's Megan Farrell for Australasia from Thomastown and Kilkenny. Nothing comes of it though, because Middle East number 6, Annie Stafford, is there. Maybe something will come of it now, and it does indeed, and there is a point, and it's Meg Farrell who puts it over the bar, and those sisters really are dynamite.
Yeah, every time either Megan or Shelley get on the ball, they're very dangerous. Pretty much all the Australian attacks have gone through them so far.
There's a ball over the top. That's strong defending though by Andrea Mullins, and she gets a decision. 1-4 plays 1. Number 6 for Australasia is Hosford. She's been really busy in the first half. This is Sarah Fitzgibbon, another Cork woman from Milford. Same club as Anna Geary, who captained Cork to an All-Ireland in Camogie about 4 or 5 years ago. Strong running by Susie Dunphy from Windgap. Oh, and it's fallen now for Meg Farrell. She's through. There's a goal on here. She's gone all the way through. Keeper's done brilliantly, but it's just gone in. Just crawled over the line. That was unlucky for the goalkeeper because it just rebounded into Farrell's path, and the Farrells are making hay here in Celtic Park. It's gone to 2-4 to 1, and both Farrells have got the 2 goals, and it's looking ominous for you, Robbie, for the Middle East.
Yeah, Siobhan Hennessy goal is very unlucky. She's very brave to come out and meet it, but just ricocheted off. I think it ricocheted back off Megan Farrell again and into the net. So yeah, it's all uphill now, Jerome. It's noticeable that Australia are really marking Sarah Friday very tightly. They're double marking. She's finding it hard to get into the game.
And lots of room here. They're 9 points up, and they could get more here. Susie Dunphy getting forward and carrying the ball beautifully on her stick, and not been stopped as yet, and goes for her goal and gets it, and really nobody came to meet her, nobody came to stop her, and she just said, well, I'll keep going. And Susie from Windgap and Kilkenny gets another goal. It's 3-4 to a point, and Australasia firmly in control against the Middle East, and really the Middle East have only themselves to blame. They've missed quite a few easy chances at this end, although Melissa Lyons is trying to get through to get one here, but she just runs into a wall there. You nearly heard the clash of the ash there, and she's trying to get it back. Isn't able to do so. She had a goal chance. There was a few frees that were easy that were missed, and they pretty much let Dunphy walk through there. It's gone to half time now, but that was rather easy first half. But Middle East really need to get in, and they really need to have a chat about that at half time, and we will let them do that, and we'll take a break. We'll have a chat amongst ourselves at half time. We'll be back in about a minute or two.
The Galway defence called into action. Liam McGovern is in. Goal!
He's gone a long way. Lays it across the centre, and it's fisted to the net from Ben Creeley. Mooney under an awful lot of pressure, and he's got himself into a bit of a pickle here, and a goal opportunity for Tim, and it's taken by Jake Norris.
McCluskey, it's a goal!
Limerick's long run, undefeated in the Munster Championship, is brought to an end.
Out cut through, saved by Duffy, it's Mulroy, off the line, or was it? Here's Robbie O'Flynn, he's in again, Hugh!
Huge effort. It's an enormous score. They're in big trouble here. Goal chance for Clare. Expertly taken. What a brilliant goal that was.
Spots the run of McLaughlin. Owen McLaughlin. Records tumble at Fitzgerald Stadium in Killarney.
Trying to find Smith again. A clever flick on and a goal chance to Westmeath, and it's brilliantly taken. Mernon's beneath the dropping ball. Might break for Irma and Joss. They've got their goal.
McGuigan kicking into the Brandywell end. It's Carl O'Connell. It's on its way. It's over. It's dropped full stop by Shelley. It's picked up by Hutchinson. And in fact, David Goff was given a penalty. So it's David Clifford, goal.
That is really selfless play from Paddy Small.
Canavan, another one.
Opportunity here, shot goes in. Is it going to trickle in? It is. Here's McCarthy. McCarthy to win it.
It's a scramble defence and it's not going to hold. Saved again. Rory Beggan is the hero.
Brilliant piece of ingenuity that was from David Clifford. O'Shea looking to end this game. He has done.
Relentless. And we're off for the second half. It's just started here. Ball just thrown in, 340 a point, long way back for Middle East, especially against the wind. And it is windy and it is cold here in Celtic Park. With sun earlier on, but it is very cool and difficult for Middle East. What's that? 13, 12 points down they are, but I keep saying, I mean, they do have quality, and there's Melissa, and she put that over, and there
Great
you are.
score,
That's what I'm trying to say. You know, these girls are good hurlers, you know. Taken by Dunphy. And she's got the green and yellow, or is it black and yellow helmet to go with her outfit. It's nice running by the number 11, Anya Cunningham from Limerick, but she's had to come back inside and has lost it.
Tackled by Anya Barry. Battle of the Onyas there. They're really going at it, those two. It's a good battle.
It is indeed. There's lots of good battles. It doesn't feel like a 12-point game.
No, absolutely not. And I said before, I think Middle East probably have more possession. They're just not making use of it, Jerome. The Australasians be far more clinical.
Yeah, right from the start with one of the Farrells. It was Shelley Farrell, and then her sister, and then Dunphy. Those are the three goals. Big difference between the teams, just on the scoreboard, really. Right, this is 13. That's Sarah Friday trying to get back and make an impression, but it's just not happening. Oh, and it's opened up again, and it's Farrell again. Might be another goal, and it is. Oh, and it's just not happening. I feel sorry for the goalkeeper. That's twice she's done really well, and the ball has just rolled over the line. It's another goal for Australasia. 4-4 to 2 points, firmly in control, and they just are so clinical, aren't they, Robert?
Very clinical, yeah. Siobhan was unlucky again. There's not much she could have done. She made a good effort to save it, just trickled in, unfortunately. But yeah, we think there's any way back now, Jerome. It's
hold on, you say that, but
points.
Hold on, she's through. A wee goal here would be nice for Middle East, but she's just lost it at the vital moment. She was followed all the way back by Claire Nolan, and then it's kicked clear, and they might even hit them on the break here, Australasia. It's going to be a long second half, even though these aren't long halves. That's Anya Barry, number 2, battling, as you were saying, the battle of the Anyas, and the referee coming over to make the decision. Now, there's some tape around us here, and it's fluttering really violently in the wind. It's just picked up here now. It's coming up Lochfoyle from the Strabane direction, I think, from our left hand side. That's the way it goes. Oh, this is brilliant running by Lorna O'Dwyer from Ballycahill. Doesn't have the finish to match it. I wonder if there's anybody watching out in Sydney and Michael Cusick's, or from Michael Cusick's. I'm not sure what time of the morning it is out there in Australia. Melissa, or rather Sarah Friday it is. Sorry, maybe I'm getting Melissa mixed up the odd time, but that's a lovely ball through. Goalkeeper does well to come out. That's Jackie Doyle though, and a referee had spotted an infringement earlier on. He gave a good advantage, but it's a free in, and they really needed a goal there, but they might have to settle for a point. I say settle for a point, Robbie, because you can usually count frees in the middle as going over the bar, but the way it's gone today, we can't.
Melissa took care of that one, well done. Yeah, actually Jackie Doyle in the Australian goal did very well there. She came out very quickly off her line and closed down the goal chance. Both goalkeepers, to be fair, have played quite well.
Yeah, even though there's been 4 goals at one end, Siobhan Hennessy has actually done well and deserved to save 2 of those. She was brave and in the right place, but unlucky. Farrell involved again, but that was Derval and McGuigan doing well. Derry girl, isn't she?
Yeah, Slaughtneil Club, Derval, yeah.
Not Derry City girl now, but a Derry girl. Number 11 is Anya Cunningham again. She gets away this time. Middle East have got players back and should be able to repel this, and they do. It's well cleared, but it's going straight back to Andrea Mullins for Australasia. And the Galway girl puts it over the far side, but it's going to go too far.
They're defending very well, Australasia. They're getting numbers back, particularly around Sarah, Melissa. They're really, really cutting out the space.
Middle East trying to get through, trying to get a score. Look at the amount of players back there. 4 players and the goalkeeper, and they do get a point out of it at the end, but Australasia just are not letting them through anywhere near goals.
No, they're really defending well. Yeah, Aisling Foley very well there, came up from the back, created that chance.
That's Stafford's. That gives it straight back to Australasia. It's got gone a little bit scrappy. It's Roisin Egan, number 12. Shelley Farrell in there foraging and getting it in the end. She's that low centre of gravity, isn't she? And she's a dynamic kind of a hurler.
They're very tenacious, the two girls midfield. Yeah. All those battles.
Australasia persist, and it's O'Dwyer again, and she's put it up for Australasia from Clara. Chance for Middle East. Oh no! And that message from they marked that would have been number 7 for Australasia, and she says their cousin Aisling Nolan is playing for Middle East. Oh yeah, Asia, and number 4 for Middle East.
I have to watch for any late tackles between those two, Jerome.
Yeah, and the undertones from that you can contact me direct.
Jen Hart.
4-5 to 4. Oh, lovely pass and beautifully taken over the bar as well.
Go for Jen Hosford, she's playing very well.
It was so nicely picked out and so well. She's tried so hard, Sarah. It's just not happening for either of them today. They've tried so hard and they've knocked on that door.
No, and to be fair, the Australasians have their homework done.
They've lost to Hurling making the hook, and yeah, she's got it. I mean, she set the tone for the game right at the start, didn't she?
Absolutely, yeah.
4-6 to 4. Really, really harsh. I've been surprised if that had gone in.
Ballycastle and Antrim, yeah, Dubai Celts as well.
of Australasia. Has that gone over? No, it's just gone to the loads of room.
Yeah, it's one of those days that Sarah was scoring them all week over and over.
Loads of room, and they're just seeing this game out rather nicely. Missed a few the last 3 or 4 minutes, but it doesn't matter. 4-6 plays, 4 points in the open final in Camogie. Persists and does well, and that was aimed right across the middle. It was actually 2 Australasia players there, but she put it in the middle between them and allowed Anya Barry to clear, but Anya's going to have to do it all over again.
Yeah, Anya's been very solid back there. She's been exposed at times.
It's Anya Cunningham, it's Melissa Lyons, number 11, trying to get there for Middle East. Referee blows. I think he's just going to throw it in, is he? Or is he giving a free? Yeah, he's going to throw it in. Game petering out a little bit. Number 3 is Aisling Foley. This is final number 3 today. We're streaming 9 finals, so we're almost at the 1/3 mark.
Roisin Egan taking this one, a change of free taker, going short.
Oh, she is. And they're going for goal. Have to go for goal. Sarah Friday leaving it off, and finally Middle East do get a goal. At least it puts a good look on the scoreline. And
Gillian McKenna with that one. Good finish from Gillian.
I don't know where she came from. She must have been one of the other numbers or whatever. She's Tipperary. Yeah, Paris
Kane. Yeah, it's a good finish from Gillian.
Yeah, I didn't have her in my list of players, but she must have just come in the last couple of minutes there and got one. But it makes it 1-4. Still a long way back, but at least it's some rewards. Australasia getting away with the ball, but she didn't have her hurling. The referee decided to give the free then for Anya Cunningham. So, wee bit disappointing for you guys, Robbie, from the Middle East. That's 2 finals you're going to lose to Australasia.
Yeah.
You have another one later on?
We've the men hurling later on at 3:30, so we'll really be hoping to get revenge on that one.
Third time lucky.
Similar to the men's football, to be honest, Jerome, the best team is going to win here. They've been very clinical in attack, and those first 2 goals, they've taken their chances and we haven't. The first 2 goals from the Farrell sisters really kind of set the tone, and there was no way back from there. They're trying hard. To be fair, our girls are not giving up at all. They're really trying their best to stay in it.
Yeah, that chance you had when there was maybe about 5 minutes into the game down here, was it Lyons or was it Friday?
It was Sarah, yeah.
It was Sarah.
Yeah, it was a great
well,
save.
She might be pleased I was mixing her up then, because it didn't go in, but usually those ones would go in.
That's it. They've moved one of the Farrell sisters is that inside to the full forward line now. That's a fantastic score. That is top class. Top class is Shelley Farrell.
She just looks so dynamic. I think that's the word I used earlier on. When she gets the ball, you know, there's just that bit of pace about her, and tenacious as well, and you know, great skill, and so good to see, and makes a big difference. Now there's an effort from distance from her sister Meg, and she's put it over. Well, there's the 2 sisters have scored in about 15 seconds. There's the story.
She's not going to be outdone by her sister. 2 brilliant scores.
Well, we have 2 sisters out there and 2 cousins, but the cousins are on opposing teams today. But it's going to be Claire Nolan who is going to take the honours there and the bragging rights. Australasia trying to finish in a flurry. Fitzgibbon to Cunningham. Cork and Limerick combining. And has that gone over? Well, that would have been a bit too much, wouldn't it?
That would have been the icing on the cake, that one, yeah.
They're rubbing it in now. Yeah. By the way, if you were seeing me on the camera there, I've now got 5 layers on. I think I'm freezing here. Need a cup of tea. It's got very, very cool in Celtic Park.
I'm going inside for a few hours, Jerome.
Oh, are you?
You have to stay here.
Oh, thanks. I have to stay here, yeah. No, it's good fun. Good games. And they just keep coming thick and fast. In fact, the next game is the ladies' football final. It's Australasia up again, and they're playing Parnells in that one. That should be a cracking game.
Yeah, the ladies' football has been probably the most competitive division of the week. Our own girls lost in semi-final to Parnells and Australasia. There's not much between the teams. sure Australasia will be confident getting another win, but Parnells are a good side, so it'll be an interesting game.
And there is the final whistle in the open final in Camogie. The Mary Gavin Cup is going to Australasia. They have beaten Middle East comprehensively, 4-9 to 1-4. The Farrell sisters worked up a storm in the first half, got a couple of goals, and really, when at the other end, Sarah Friday wasn't able to get a goal, well, Australasia were able to pull away, and they were away by half time. And although there was a late goal, it was a consolation. And Robbie is here, second game for you and second defeat, I'm afraid, Robbie, but as you say, you can't argue with it.
No, it's been a tough day for us so far, but that was a comprehensive victory, to be fair. I mean, the scoreline, it might be a bit tough on our girls. They had chances, just couldn't take them. But for Australia, I mean, they were very good all through the team. Jackie Doyle on goal is really solid. Susie Dunphy, a cornerback, I think she got a couple of scores from cornerback. Jen Hodgford, the number 6. But the standout, of course, were the Farrell sisters, Shelley and Megan. I'd be amazed if Shelley doesn't get player of the match here for this one. Ourselves, to be fair, Siobhan Hennessy, even though 4 goals went in, she did very, very well. And in front of her there, Anya Barry was very solid. Sarah and Melissa up front tried to get going, it just didn't happen. Just one of those days, Rome. It just didn't happen for them. The scores didn't come when we really needed them. So they'll be disappointed, but they never give up. They tried hard right to the end, and they had a good week. They enjoyed it. So look, the best team won, and well done to Australasia. They're very good today.
Yeah, it's disappointing for them because they played so well all week. You're 4 full days of competition and they perform so well, and then you don't perform on the day and in the final, but that's the way it goes. You know, they're better than that.
Yeah, they are for sure. And they did prepare very well. They put a lot of work in, as I'm sure all the teams have done. And to be on the end of that scoreline, it's tough on them. They'll be disappointed. But look, some are going back to their clubs in the Middle East, some are not. Some have moved back to Ireland for good, so they'll get back to their clubs and go again, as they say. But well done to Australasia, they're very good. They'll be looking to make another one down the next match.
And well done also to the management of Australasia. Ollie Gordon from Sligo, not a Camogie stronghold.
Not a Camogie stronghold is right, yeah.
And Tomas Oakes there as well, and he's from Meath and from Central Coast out there in Sydney. And some congratulations are coming in for them on the YouTube chat area. Adrian Murphy says, well done Mossy, Ollie and the Australasian girls, from Adrian Murphy and Ciara Kinahan Murphy on holiday in France. Watching it, good to have you watching. Anne Gordon says, well done to Ollie and the girls, great game. And Jason, congratulations to Australasia and best of luck to the rest of the teams. That's from Jason with Michael Cusick's. And Anna Farrell agrees with you. Man of the match? Woman of the match, man, Anna. Has to be Shelley Farrell. I wonder, is there a family connection possibly there as well? But even if there is a bit of bias, it doesn't matter because no one's going to argue with that. So the Middle East girls have gone up, and is that the management going up to, and is it?
Yeah, Laura and Jack.
It's not Larry McCarthy this time. I wonder, is that Kathleen Woods, I think, is maybe making the presentations, former president of the Camogie Association from Armagh. I think that's her. It's a long way over there, but I'm trying to see her over. But anyway, the Australasia girls are going up to get their medals and the cup as well, the Mary Gavin Cup. Well done to them. Second final won by Australasia, the cup lifted, and it's of course Shelley Farrell, player of the match and captain, I think. So well done to them. It's got overcast here now, and it's got a little bit threatening as well. It might even...
Clouds are rolling in now,
Jerome. Stop. You'll be able to go inside here, but I'm going to have to stay out in this. Caroline Clifford says well done to the Clara girls. Clara and Aisling. Indeed.
Aisling Nolan, yeah. Aisling she tried well today as well. To be
the cousins.
Kenny, yeah. Aisling plays for Dubai Celts.
So that's nearly us from the Camogie final. Just remains to be said, well done to Australasia on winning the Camogie final, the open final. They also won the first final of the day, or rather the men won that for Australasia, and then New York were the winners of the second one. And we have another final coming right up, and we have the band ready, and there's going to be a parade before that game. So I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to take a break just for a minute to get our umbrellas, and we'll be right back with the ladies' final.